Adam, how would you like to turn into an idiot?
I'm not sure I follow.
For our new sponsor, Village Idiot Pub, the 5K.
Oh, yeah. Village Idiot Pub in historic Cocoa Village is holding an event for the Children's Hunger Project called The Village Has Lost Its Idiot Again.
The run is a 5K held right in front of Village Idiot Pub on Harrison Street in Cocoa.
It's an event to raise money and awareness for the Children's Hunger Project. While you can run, you don't have to. You can walk, skip, or drink your way to the end.
So bust out those costumes, bedazzlers, and sequins and get creative, as there will be awards for the best dressed fool or idiot. The theme is Masquerade Ball.
Also, you've heard them on Living Podcariously do a performance, as well as guesting on the Twisted 10. Our friends of the podcasts, Hot Pink, will be performing for the Village Idiot at 7 p.m.
This 5K is not a timed event. It's a fun run. It's really about having fun and raising some money for the Children's Hunger Project.
Village Idiot Pub has over 30 beers on tap, including ciders as well as Hefeweizens, my favorite, hundreds of bottle choices, and a great selection of wine.
So get your friends together for the run, then enjoy the board games, puzzles, and giant Jenga inside, as well as Hot Pink's performance.
Jason and the rest of the staff are awesome and will take excellent care of you.
Mention either one of our shows to the staff and get 10% off your tab.
You can catch the entire cast from Living Podcariously as well as the Twisted 10 there on April 1st for this run. I'm thinking we should set up mics and let our listeners and the people at Village Idiot add some commentary.
Ooh, that could be dangerous.
The Village Idiot Run will be on April 1st, directly in front of the Village Idiot Pub on Harrison Street in Cocoa, directly across from the big park.
Visit Village Idiot Pub on Facebook for full event details.
You're listening to Living Podcariously, bringing you real men's perspectives, unfiltered, unapologetic, and uncensored. Recorded live in the Living Podcariously studio in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida.
And welcome to another episode of Living Podcariously. We took a week off, just so you know, so there was no episode last week, but we had SpaceX launches and all sorts of stuff that came up and got in the way of it. So sorry about missing last week.
Last Monday was my birthday.
And Andrea's birthday.
There you go.
You didn't let me finish. I was gonna say that.
Okay, start over.
All right, my name's Adam. I'm one of the hosts. Sitting on the Lady Chase.
I'm Andrea Joy.
And sitting in Tach's seat, filling the big shoes.
This is Jay Alvarez, and this seat is comfy. Me and Tach may have to fight for this.
That's why I always sit in there when he's gone. That's my daytime seat.
I'm gonna have to fight the ginger bear.
You just got to get here before him.
Yeah, damn right. Tach is out this week. He is actually working up at the Space Center in preparations for something that SpaceX is doing. I don't know if it's top secret. I have no idea, but it's on their schedule. They have a launch coming up, so we may call him a little bit later in the episode, see how he's doing and what he's up to. So this episode should be titled "Listen to Our Other Show" because we just recorded the fucking coolest show that I think we've done on the Twisted 10 so far.
Hey.
With the exception of your episodes,
Okay,
my dear.
there we
That's
go.
Of course. No, guest host Dan.
Hey, Adam, you got some brown shit right
Do
there
I?
on your nose.
Well, I couldn't get the erection down because of the host of the Twisted 10 this week. So
you inserted your nose in her anally. Got it.
we're all about sex tonight. I'm just saying, all over the place.
right.
Dan Cummins hosted the Twisted 10 this week. So the same day this releases and you're hearing this, you can go check out the Twisted 10 and listen to Dan Cummins' show. Dan Cummins has been on Comedy Central. He's done stand-up. He does another podcast called Time Suck, which is fucking phenomenal. And we Skyped him in and had him on the big screen in here so he could see us and we could see him. And it was fucking phenomenal. So
What about the Playboy Morning Show?
Oh, and the Playboy Morning Show. Yeah, I can't leave that out. He has a fucking button on that show when he used to host that where he would literally. So Playboy Morning Show. It's a like a video. It's kind of like a vlog. It's a for paid members of Playboy, you get to see their video morning show.
Right.
Vlog is just fun to say.
He has a button on his desk, on his thing in their studio. He hits it, and it's the gratuitous nudity button. As soon as he hits this button, literally, Playboy bunnies, girls will run through the topless. They'll run through the studio, and then they go on to their next topic.
That sounds phenomenal.
Someday we will have one of those.
Well, you know, Playboy just finally just announced that they're finally going to start putting nudity back in the magazine.
I did hear that, yeah. I think you can say what's the word I'm looking for?
Who gives a fuck?
Well, no. Oh. No. The only reason they did this entire thing for going no nudity then back to nudity was just a publicity stunt. I think that's really what this comes down to.
What it was is that they were nobody buys porn anymore, so they were hoping, but people buy lad mags, like Stuff and Maxim. So
point.
they were kind of they wanted to take the magazine to more of that angle, hoping that Playboy would bring some gravitas to that. And that would also increase their buyership because you don't have to be a certain age to buy Stuff or Maxim. Like, there's no nudity
That's a good point. Yeah.
So they were hoping to increase the numbers that way, and that just backfired. So they're like, well, fuck it. We're selling the same numbers. Let's put the tits back in there.
Yeah, but Playboy wasn't getting really talked about at all. So they go no nudity. Oh, a lot of big media hype. And then a few months later, when it's died back down, they're going to reintroduce nudity again and get some more conversation like we're talking about them now. That whole, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it was a
still
publicity
find the little
stunt.
bunny on the front?
The bunny is always there.
On the cover?
Yes.
You have to find it.
What are you
It's
talking
hidden.
about?
There's always a hidden bunny on the front cover.
Really?
Yes.
It was my
know that.
favorite part growing
It's
up
not.
as a little kid.
It's not always hidden, but there is always a bunny on the front
Yeah.
cover.
Huh. I
Well,
did
when I
not
was
know
like
that.
5, it was kind of more hidden.
Yeah, no, some are more hidden than others. Sometimes they're hidden pretty. Sometimes it's pretty cool the way they're hidden, and sometimes it's like right there in front of your face.
Obvious one.
Yeah, so it depends, but it's always there.
I consider releasing Easter eggs in like our logos because we're, Tach has been working on our logo redesign a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We just did the Twisted 10 logo, and we got new intro stuff that's coming in for that. I was thinking about doing some kind of Easter egg somewhere in our logos, like making it one of those things where if you look hard enough, you can see another image. I don't know. What do you think? Put my dick in there somewhere. I'll do it.
We'll work on that.
All right.
We'll get that explicit title back up.
All right. So, Jay, I got a question for you.
Bring it on.
Generally speaking, in a relationship with a girl, what do you think is one of the biggest tests to see if your relationship is going to be, long running? What's a good test in your mind? What's a good litmus test to say, okay, this girl's good. She knows what's up.
I have said this time and time again. A road trip is the best way to know. And if it isn't going to work out, a road trip also presents plenty of opportunities to dispose of a body.
That's a good call.
And that can work for either person. I'm not saying that has to be the guy's idea. Maybe, if Lorena Bobbitt would have just had enough open road, she wouldn't have had to use a Wendy's parking lot, is all I'm saying.
I thought I was about to get some kind of test.
No.
Did I have a test? I didn't realize I was taking a test.
You had a test and you didn't realize it.
Oh, also, if I ask her what her favorite band is and Nickelback comes anywhere in the conversation, I'm done.
I like Nickelback.
Yeah, no, that's why you're with Adam, and it would have never worked with any other man. Keep him. The best I heard, because I was on a date. We'll sidetrack real quick. I was on a date in New York, and I was on this. I was talking to this girl, and I asked her the all-important first date question. You have to ask it: Beatles or Stones?
Sure.
And she looked at me dead in the eye and said, Zeppelin. And I proposed to her right there in a Five Guys in Manhattan, like right there off of Houston Street. I just fell to my knees and said, fucking marry me.
Nice.
Other acceptable answer would have absolutely been the Kinks, but I will absolutely take Zeppelin for your favorite British invasion band.
What about Pink Floyd?
Were they British?
I don't know if they're British. No, they're American, aren't they?
Yeah, no. Because Beatles and Stones, who's your favorite
Yeah,
British
I guess that's a
invasion?
good point.
Were the Wiggles?
The Wiggles are Australian, and I hold them lower than Nickelback.
So I'm up.
You'd better have like a small child. What's
had
your favorite band? I love the Wiggles.
If you listen to the last episode, the one where we did live recording up at Village Idiot Pub, we interviewed randomly, not the Wiggles, but we interviewed Roger Waters from Pink Floyd. He showed up in the he lives around here apparently.
That doesn't surprise me. It's Florida.
But it wasn't really him. It was just some old drunk that claimed to be this guy. Jason, the owner of Village Idiot, comes over to us later and he goes, he tells everybody that's not really who that is. But we interviewed him anyway, and I put it on the fucking title. I'm like, hey, maybe we interviewed him.
That's crazy.
Anyway, no, Andrea, yes, you had a test, and you passed with flying colors.
I did?
Yes, you did. So we took a road trip to South Carolina. Granted, not that long of a road trip, but it's still 8 hours of driving in the car. You know what I mean? It's
One
still
way.
a long...
That's
One
daunting.
way.
Yeah.
One way.
With 2 kids.
Yeah, that's another good point.
Oh, that's how you get DCF involved. Yeah. Children and families, real quick.
And
a dog.
Yeah, and Oliver came with us as well. And I will say,
All of
Andrea
you survived.
Andrea passed that little test. And granted, I think you probably had a test for me, but didn't really know what was going on. Andrea passed my test with flying colors. I've been on many road trips with many girls, and it will bring out the arguments or the bickerness or something really fast. So I drove the whole way. We got a nice rental, and because neither one of our cars would fucking make it there and back. Got a nice rental, and I'm driving the entire way. I did the man's job of driving the car. Granted, I didn't want to. I wanted to sleep in the passenger seat, but I didn't. I drove the whole way.
It was sleeping allowed.
Andrea was not only a perfect co-pilot and navigator, she was a good corraller of the children, like playing games with them, doing those kinds of things, keeping them entertained, short of them having their electronic devices in front of them.
When you're going up north, when you get to each state, like Georgia, you see a palm tree, 10 points. South Carolina, 30 points.
Oh, I always played the ABCs on license plates.
Yeah, but you did that, but the car was too big, so we couldn't all see.
She does that ABC game with road signs, like billboards and shit.
Yeah.
So you'll look for the letters in the
I'm
billboards.
surprised you get tired of all my silly songs I sing, too.
No, she did sing songs. I love your singing, though. So she also did a really good job of keeping me entertained and fed the whole way.
So
and
she gave you roadhead during the entire trip.
I wish, but
We
the
had
kids were
kids.
there. Trust me, that was...
I did give him a stress ball.
Yeah, she whipped out a tit every once in a while when the kids were asleep.
When he
job.
would start getting angry, be like, "Ah!" I'd be like, "Here you go."
I will say the worst drivers in that trip were here in Florida. They were not in Georgia or South Carolina. It was
the
here in
worst.
Florida.
Yeah, this is driving hell.
Yeah, it was
I
brutal.
actually, with that stress ball you talked about when I was driving an 18-wheeler, because you're so much higher up, you see a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
You're at a different angle. You'd be surprised how much sex you see on the highways.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It would blow your mind away. to know
I
how
see what you
much-
did there. Blow your mind.
Pun not intended, but it will blow you away to know how much sex is going on these highways.
We kept it PG-13.
Yeah. It was
Ish.
just she would pull the boob out and every once in a
I'd
while.
give you a
and-
massage, give you a little massage.
Yeah. It was all right. It was good.
We were
But
sneaky.
Listen, she never backseat drove. And listen, I'm not the best driver in the world. I'm good, but I'm not the best. And I could certainly have been side seat driven, if you know what I mean, or somebody directing me from the side seat, like slow down, speed up. Why are you following this guy so slow? Whatever. She never did it. The entire
But you guys
trip.
have been together long enough, too, that she's driven with you, so she knows you're driving.
Yeah, but not
habits
that
by
long.
now.
We haven't driven that far. The farthest we've driven is Orlando and back. Simple trip, 45 minutes one way, easy.
That's a lot of 95.
Yeah, this long of a trip, that really put it to test. And Andrea, you passed with flying colors.
And we made it back with one bathroom break.
Yeah, the whole trip back just stopped once.
That's impressive with children.
And I
Yeah.
introduced Andrea to Bojangles.
Oh, you've never had the glory that is Bojangles?
No, we got to eat out in the
mo-
parking lot.
The most racist named chicken joint.
Exactly, yes. It definitely is racist named. But yeah, fried chicken. And,
Every single person in there was African American.
That's true. That's a good point.
No, we have it's my favorite place. It's in Miami. It's a small joint. It's Uncle Tom's Barbecue.
Oh.
And I'm sitting there. I remember looking at it. I'm like, there's some Cuban dude running that place. I have no idea what Uncle Tom means.
So, hey, I figured we give Tach a call. You guys want to call Tach?
Oh, that's fun. Yeah,
Let's give him a call because I've got our line hooked up in studio now, so we can actually use it for receiving and making some phone calls. Let's call him on the old Skype.
Fuck with him. I would love it if the next rocket crashes. It's because we distracted Tach.
Hopefully, I'm not calling Dan Cummins again.
No, it says
Taxel.
Taxel. Tosh.
Tosh. Oh, Tosh.
Toch.
Toch.
Yeah, hello.
What's up? What's up, Toch?
Hi, Toch.
Tosh. Dan Cummins, because you weren't here for that the Twisted 10 episode. You were working, so Dan Cummins says, "How do you say your other guy's name? Is it Toch?"
And we said, "Yep, yes, it is. That's exactly how you pronounce it. Way to go."
You better not have.
Oh yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
Just busy working.
Oh, I guess for legal reasons, I have to say you're live on the air with Living Podcariously now. I guess that's how that works in the state of Florida. You got to let both parties know they're being recorded, huh?
Yeah, we are calling you on a recorded line.
Yes, I'm aware.
So you sending shit up into space right now?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to hit the button now. It's getting ready to take off. So
Yeah, you got all that radio interference for your cell phone out there.
Yep.
You're breaking up pretty good.
Am I?
Yeah, you are, but it's okay now. We just started recording Living Podcariously. We're still in the first segment. Andrea's got some stuff she wants to ask you a little bit later in the episode. So if you're not too terribly busy, then we'll give you a call back and bring you up live on the show to answer some of these questions. You good with that?
Yeah. What time is that going to be? Like about
I don't know, an hour maybe.
hour. So yeah, that's fine.
Are you going to tell them what
Time
it
is
is?
now.
Yeah, I'll go over it. It's 15 things men do that make any lady question the stability of her relationship.
Really, what it is Andrea doesn't want to be outnumbered by guys on this one, so we need you to even the numbers out.
That's exactly right. How did you know?
Hilarious.
But no, yeah, dude, I'm sorry you missed it, but we had a really, probably the best guest hosted or our main hosted episode of The Twisted 10 with Dan. It was phenomenal.
We've got our work cut out for the rest of the duration of this, however long that show lasts.
Yeah.
Well, can you please tell our listeners to know that I'm not there because you guys banned me from being around celebrities? Because I had to work?
You sound like you're like when you're listening to the radio and they go to the traffic guy and it's in the helicopter. They're like, back to Tach in the helicopter. You sound like you're our guy out there in the helicopter.
It's taking everything in me to not ask how traffic is on A1A.
Yeah. Traffic looks good up here, guys.
Or considering where you work, we need to add some beeps and sounds in the background. And you're on the space station right now.
We lost the bleeps, the sweeps, and the bleeps.
The what? The blip, blip, blip. Well, all right, man. So yeah, how's it going?
I'm just working it.
Are you cooking? Don't you cook stuff?
Now, yeah, I did earlier. Now I'm cleaning up and doing dishes. And
What did you make for dinner?
tonight was pineapple chicken with coconut rice and mixed vegetables.
Ooh.
You
Do
know,
you have
whenever-
any leftovers?
I was gonna say the same thing.
We're on your way home, right?
All right.
It's a lot better than
Well,
the
I'm sure
7-Eleven
I'll-
frozen pizza.
Yeah, the frozen pizza was pretty good. I don't mind that. It wasn't too bad. All right, brother. Well, we'll let you go. I know you're working. We won't keep you on the phone the whole time, but we'll hit you back up later in the show.
An hour will be perfect.
All right, Cinderella, have fun.
Hey, check out Twisted 10's Facebook page, Tach, for the picture. We took a picture with Dan Cummins on the big screen.
Well, you guys texted it, so I saw it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot that. You did. And you
Like,
replied.
hey, let's text this so Tach feels more like shit.
Hey, next week, I know you're out again next week, but we have I can't even think of a celebrity. Tom Cruise is coming in studio. No, I'm just kidding.
Amy Adams.
Amy Adams. All right, brother. Have a good night at work. We'll call you back a little bit later.
All right, man.
All right. See ya.
Amy Schumer, that's who you should hit up.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a break in studio. When we come back, Andrea's got some pretty fun Mad-Libs to play with us in studio. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? You don't want to jump to that one that soon?
Okay, I just thought that was a kind of towards it. We can do it. Sure, Mad-Libs it is.
All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Village Idiot Pub. You locals know about it. You guys from out of town have to check them out.
Village Idiot Pub is now a proud sponsor with Living Podcariously and the Twisted 10 podcasts.
It's more than just about commercials, though. The cast here will be taking our show on the road to Village Idiot to record some episodes as well as hold events. They have over 30 beers on tap, including ciders and Hefeweizen, my favorite, as well as hundreds of bottle choices.
Adam, you forgot my favorite, all the delicious wine. So get your friends together and enjoy the board games, puzzles, and the giant Jenga.
Let the owner, Jason, as well as the rest of the staff there, take excellent care of your beer drinking needs.
Mention either one of our shows to the staff and get 10% off your tab.
Tuesday is open mic, Wednesday is trivia, Thursday is karaoke, Friday and Saturday night are live music.
Visit them at 4 Harrison Street, Suite 103, Cocoa, Florida, or Village Idiot Pub on Facebook. And don't forget, they are a dog-friendly location, so bring your friends, family, and fur babies.
Insane structures, overpowering creatures, technological elements, trashed surroundings, and absurd features. This is a world not seen before. A world only existing in books and tales.
A world where the insane have the truth. A place of freaks and a kingdom of maniacs. This is the world we know best. The world of madness.
And welcome back to Living Podcariously. You were listening during this break. So we asked for anyone who has local music or some talent in Central Florida area to let us know, because we love to play stuff from all walks of life. And that was a little hardstyle by DJ Addx, Addx. I had to look at it again. Don't laugh during that. Let me redo that one. That was a little bit of hardstyle from DJ Addx, Addx. I'll put the link to his SoundCloud in the show notes if you want to listen to it. Go check it out. Some people like hardstyle. Some people don't. Some people like trance. Some people, whatever. But
I like it hard.
Yeah. You mean to play that upstairs later?
Can you do that?
I don't think I can keep up with the rhythm of some of those songs. It's the beats, 180 beats beats a minute. It's pretty quick.
It's worth a try.
All right. I get worn out in about 30 seconds.
It's
on a good night.
Be a fun 30 seconds.
So Jay, we did. You did Texas here recently. We did Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah, we were all traveling out of town this week.
Yeah, it was a fun road trip weekend for us. Let me tell you, going to Greenville, so we don't actually have family that's there. That was the meeting location that all of our family decided to go to. There was an event there that my cousin wanted to go see for her birthday. So as a surprise, a bunch of family members got together and said, hey, why don't we all meet up in Greenville, South Carolina? So we met there. And I wasn't honestly expecting much. God damn, I was blown away with Greenville. That place was phenomenal. The downtown, like the city center, the metro area, like the center village area, whatever the hell you want to call it.
The main street.
Excuse me. Yeah, Main Street was unbelievable. They had, it was a very comfortable walking area. You didn't feel like, like Orlando's a good example. Walking down Church Street, you get 2 streets off of Church Street, you're into some serious ghetto. In Tampa, Ybor City, you walk 2 blocks off of Ybor, you're into some ghetto. That was all very comfortable. I could walk around that whole town, even the big section of it, and feel perfectly comfortable and safe. It was really nice. A lot of upscale restaurants, a lot of upscale bars and shops, and
a lot of historical buildings that were really cool.
Yeah, the Carolinas will blow you away. I remember being surprised by Asheville up in North Carolina.
I was born in Boone. Yeah, I know Asheville real well.
Like, you go into Asheville, and I'm thinking, oh, right, this is going to be some podunk. Hey, low. Yeah, I'm like, all right, the banjos have to be like deafening at this point. Yep. That's how loud they are in Appalachia. And I got there, and I was like, this is pleasant. It was great.
You would like Blowing Rock, knowing what you like about the country and seeing nice.
The place. I thought you. I'm like, no, I'm not.
I'm not talking Rock the wrestler. I'm talking the city. Yeah, blowing Rock.
I would blow Dwayne Johnson if it got my career up, but I'm sure that's how most of the people got on that HBO show he's got.
We're batting pretty well here. Maybe I should ask Dwayne Johnson if he wants to host an episode of the Twisted Den. What do you think?
Might as well.
It doesn't matter what you think.
It doesn't matter. Wyclef Jean and The Rock. Gotta love it. But anyway, yeah, it was really cool.
I like how you guys went to South Carolina. I went to Texas. Both places geographically north of where we are, however, further into the south than where we actually are.
Yeah. Florida, even though it's in the south, isn't really considered a southern state. Even though it's south, it's
once you pass Tallahassee, maybe even Gainesville, I'll give it to you, but probably not. Once you get past Tallahassee, Florida is just its own thing. It's Florida.
It's a melting
pot.
It's just a social experiment gone wrong, kids.
When you have kids and you take them on and you could pick things that, the family can do. And his mom had taken us on this trip and she was going to take them to the zoo or if they went to the park or any of that. No, our kids were totally engrossed with the idea of going to the beef jerky store.
Yeah.
To try beef jerky and buy beef jerky. And that's where we went more than a candy store or anything.
It's such a
beef
weird
jerky.
thing.
Had to have it.
I remember there's this place on I-10. It's I want to say it's right between I-95 and I-75, or maybe just a little west of I-75 on Florida and I-10, or in Florida on I-10. It's a little Bumblebee gas station, but it's like a rest stop. They've got a Dunkin' Donuts, they've got a Burger King, and they have this beef jerky store, like this little place where you can just buy custom beef jerky. There's another place on I-20 just east of Dallas where they specialize in beef jerky. Then they got elk jerky, they got venison jerky, buffalo jerky. And it's like, this is a big. I grew up in Miami. I just knew the little, like the Hungry Jacks. That's all I got.
Exactly.
You know, and I'm seeing all this like dried salted meat in front of me, and my mustache grew 3 sizes, and my Grinch heart grew that day. You know, like, it was.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I almost bought it. Andrea bought like 6 bags of the stuff to bring back home.
What'd you bring me?
I almost bought
sample.
Carolina Reaper beef jerky.
Oh, it's
You had to sign
my
a waiver.
asshole already hurts.
Yeah, you had to sign a waiver to buy it, and they gave samples away. And I can handle spices. I consider myself a spice guy because I like spicy foods.
Oh, my sphincter's already twitching up at the thought of this.
And she said, "Listen," she goes, "unless you've had this before, I would highly recommend against even tasting a tiny little piece of it."
Unless you've had it before,
That wouldn't work.
Yeah, how would
Well,
unless
I
you've
understand
had this
you have to
before-
have your virgin experience of eating it at some point, but
that's like saying, hey, we're not going to hire you because you don't have enough experience, but you can't get experience unless we hire you.
I took
You
that
had
as
Thai chilies. You could handle it.
no, definitely not. Thai chilies is way down on the Scoville units compared to the Carolina Reaper. Carolina Reaper is above the ghost chili. It's the hottest pepper in the world.
What?
Yeah, it's the hottest pepper in the world. So she said, and I think I took it as, if you've never tried a Carolina Reaper before, do not do this. She said right off the bat, even the salted down version or the diluted version in this little sample of beef jerky is still over 1 million Scoville units. To give you an example on how the Scoville scale works, let's take your hot sauce from 7-Eleven, fire sauce. That's like a...
From 7-Eleven?
I mean, why did I say 7-Eleven?
Are you
Taco
getting
Bell.
tacos from 7-Eleven, dude? Jesus.
Yeah.
They
No
sell
wonder your bathroom's always clogged.
They sell everything. No, from Taco Bell, the hot sauce, the fire sauce
Yeah,
from
fire.
there
That's
is like
not hot.
100. Yeah, it's not. It's like 100 on the Scoville units, and that's all based on how the capsaicin in the mixture of the hot sauce works. Habanero pepper. No, let's go with a more famous
Jalapeno. Everybody knows what a jalapeno is.
Jalapeno pepper is only like 700 on the Scoville scale. It's still pretty low. It's hot as fuck, but it's still pretty low. The Carolina Reaper, just the pepper itself is like 4.5 million. And this version of it in this beef jerky was like 1 million by itself. So yeah, it's so hot that it will create an ulcer or
Did you
expand
try it?
one. No, she talked me out of it. She really talked me out of it. She pretty much made me look like a pussy in front of a couple other rednecks up there, but I'm okay with that. I'd rather not deal with the pain later if it's as hot as she was saying it was.
I wish I would have been there not buying those 5 packs. I would totally talked you into it.
But
That would have been some good pictures.
I almost did it. Maybe that should be a top 10 Scoville scale. Nah, that'd be a horrible one. But yeah, where'd you go? You went? What part of Texas did you go to?
I was in the Houston area last weekend before last. It was really cool. I'd never been before. My older sister actually grew up out there in the Katy suburb of Houston. So it was cool going out there, hanging out with the sister, hanging out with the niece and nephew who are both about to. My niece is a high school senior. My nephew's a junior, so they're about to go to college. Matter of fact, my nephew just went on a college tour with my sister, so that was pretty cool to catch them on before they went out on that one. Houston was cool. It rained the entire time I was there because life. But it was a really cool place. I was pleasantly surprised at how not liberal but moderate it is. Like Texas is a pretty
Really?
red state.
Usually really conservative out
Yeah,
there.
Texas is a very, very red state. Austin is like the one blue spot in that state. I'd say Houston was a pretty good shade of purple. It's a really, really moderate. Everybody was really nice. Didn't meet anyone that I had a negative encounter with. Even the TSA agents out there were pretty, like at the airport, were
So when they
pretty
groped
cool down
you,
to earth.
when they groped you,
Very
they said,
gentle.
"I'm so sorry, I have to do this."
Very, well, no, they
That's
didn't
wrong.
have that accent because they're not from the plantation.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you do a Texas? I know, mon chéri. I know.
That
I
is
don't.
Stick with that.
Definitely not
That's
Texas.
actually pretty close to Houston.
You
to
are
be honest
not
with you.
talking like you're from Texas at all.
Yeah, no, it's no, they were all. Everybody was just really cool. I didn't do many shows. I only actually did one open mic while I was there. I went with the intention of not doing shit. I went just to go hang out with the sister and hang out with the niece and nephew. And my sister's like, "I've never seen you on stage." I was like, "Well, shit."
Oh, that's like a dare, isn't it?
Yeah, she's like, "I've never seen you on stage." So we went out to some open mic at Capone's. Matter of fact, I'll give the guy a shout out real quick. Jeff Joe is his name. Runs a really cool open mic on Monday nights at Capone's in downtown Houston. Really cool spot. It was like the second week he was doing it out there, but he runs a few other shows, a few other mics out there. Really cool crowd of comics out there. I was being done in Miami, Orlando, and New York. It's kind of it's kind of cutthroat, the comic scenes. You know, like the comics aren't always very welcoming of newcomers. I'd say Melbourne, the Brevard County area comedy is actually pretty welcoming of out-of-towners.
You guys welcomed our boy Trey from Georgia, Tall Trey Comedy. You welcomed him with open arms. That was a lot of fun.
This is a pretty cool place. New York is welcoming in the sense that everybody's new in New York, so it's just very cliquey. So it's hard to get in with a group, and that's just because there's so many. It's not that they're cliquey because they're assholes. They're cliquey because there's just so fucking many comics in New York City. But Houston was very cool. Everybody I met was like, "Oh shit, you're from out of town? Oh, cool. Where you from? What are you doing around here? Why Houston?" Like stuff like that. So, but it was a really cool experience. I'm looking forward to going back to Houston.
Nice.
At some point. I did discover, this has actually got me considering moving to Houston, Mexican hot chocolate ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to say that again because it absolutely bears repeating. Mexican hot chocolate ice cream.
Is it hot?
No.
Is it like a fried ice cream or something poured over the top of it?
No. What it is, it's chocolate ice cream.
Okay.
With a cinnamon sugar cocoa swirl throughout the ice cream. So it tastes like Mexican hot chocolate actually is a thing. Mexican hot chocolate is a hot chocolate with a little bit of cinnamon in it.
It sounds like a sex position.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you the Mexican hot chocolate later, baby.
Yeah, it's an anal position. No, Mexican hot chocolate is it's got cinnamon and sugar, and some people put paprika in it and like kind of spice it up a little bit.
Really?
So Mexican hot chocolate absolutely is a thing, and this ice cream tasted like putting a chocolate churro in your mouth.
Really?
It was goddamn phenomenal. And if anybody knows how to like freeze ship ice cream from Houston to Central Florida, you will not only have my undying allegiance, but I will pay you handsomely.
Will you listen to Nickelback?
I will not listen to Nickelback for that.
While you eat it.
I'd have to be getting a blowjob with a Q-tip in my ear.
By Nickelback, by the lead singer of Nickelback.
No.
Too far.
He does not. That's way too. I don't know how Avril Lavigne dealt with him for as long as she did, but no, I'm not.
Avril Lavigne dated that guy?
Married him.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought you just said Adam Levine.
No, Avril.
I got that.
Yeah, no.
Next.
For Nickelback, for me to have to tolerate Nickelback, I would have to be getting a blowjob with a Q-tip in my ear, eating Mexican hot chocolate ice cream. And they would have to be low. Like I'm listening to them play through someone else's headphones.
Got it.
That would be the only way that's tolerable.
But what if Nickelback sends you the ice cream? Then they get your
Look, if it's the goddamn people from Nickelback that find out how to send me that ice cream, then fine.
Okay.
Fine. I may not listen to them, but I'll stop shit talking them. I'll stop trash talking them.
Next week on the show, we're featuring Nickelback in Living Podcariously Studio. They've really slumped pretty far to come in our studio.
I'll say it straight to his ugly fucking face. I don't care. I don't care.
You cookie cutter band, you. Unless some of our listeners like Nickelback, then they're all right.
I had fun at the concert.
Just kidding.
Everything's fun live. Golf is fun live. Of course, Nickelback is fun live.
Something else recently happened that was a lot of fun. Cocoa Village hosted Andrea Joy's birthday party.
Annually. They do this every year.
Did they know that? Or did
they do it
was it
every
the
year
Andrea
for
Joy
me.
takeover of Cocoa Village?
Everyone there came for my party. They were all saying happy birthday to me.
Very
There's
cool.
like 10,000 people down there. Dead serious. There was that many people in Cocoa Village that night. It was a big party. I mean, they also do a parade and throw beads out.
For my birthday, though.
Yeah, but it's all for her birthday. It has nothing to do with Mardi Gras. It's 100%.
And they always have a concert. Last year was the Blues Travelers.
Blues Traveler. Let's lead into that a little bit. Blues Traveler was great last year. Irrelevant if you like them or not.
I think we talked about them in a previous episode.
Absolutely,
I think we talked about that last concert.
About this time last year, yeah. And this year, Andrea, who was on stage for your birthday?
Eddy Money.
Eddy Money, you mean the guy that's famous from doing the Geico commercial?
Did we watch the concert?
You don't even know. Eddy Money came out for your birthday, and you don't even know if you sat and watched it.
It was my birthday, and I had a necklace made of big, huge balls. They were all full of vodka.
You could have had Eddy Money sign your vodka balls.
He did.
You think? You don't even know if you saw the show.
I don't even know what happened to my balls.
It's a line that I'm going to cut out of this podcast and use later for something. Listen, let's use the one song that everybody knows of Eddy Money's, and that's 2 Tickets to Paradise. Everybody knows that song.
Yeah, that's from the Geico commercial. That's what he's famous for.
Is that what that's
right?
for? Yeah.
He bought 2 tickets. If you're Eddy Money, you work at a travel agency.
You know that was his song because he played that in his hour set 3 time.
He did,
Well, yeah,
really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a
3
DJ in
I guess
1991
I
playing the
didn't
Humpty
listen
Dance.
to
Or Ice Baby.
Yeah.
Yes. Listen, I respect the people because I like my own particular artists and groups. And I mean, Sublime to me will be to like our children, like, oh God, who the hell is this Bradley Noel? I mean, obviously he won't be singing because he's dead. However, that type of band to me is awesome. To this older crowd of people that absolutely loved Eddy Money back in the day, it's nostalgia for them. That's why they're listening, because it's cool.
That's why he sang the song 3 times, because by the time he get 2 songs away,
forgot it.
the Alzheimer's would set in. So he had to remind him. Or
the funniest thing you've said.
other young people would show up and no idea who the fuck Eddy Money is. So he'd have to sing that song just to get everybody back up to speed
Yeah.
for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he'd go into 2 other songs that no one's ever heard of.
He did a bunch of other songs, and I swear to God, listen, I'm not trying to diss Eddy Money because the production quality was great. He was singing good for as old as hell as he is.
Well,
he was
yeah.
singing good. Everything was working out really well on stage. But man, I couldn't get into it. It was too just soft old rock for me. It just wasn't my style of music.
Well, you know what it is?
But what
He
about
has
the other song everyone knows?
What other Eddy Money song that everybody
Take
knows?
me home tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to let you go till you
That's
see
Eddy
the
Money?
light. Yeah.
I had no idea.
That one, I like
forgot.
that better than 2 Tickets to Paradise.
I actually like
That's a good song.
I actually like the movie Take Me Home Tonight. That's a little
Yeah.
guilty pleasure of
All right,
mine.
let's give him some credit. Then that's a good
right.
song as well.
And
How many
we
times did he play that one?
Once.
I don't remember. I was
Because
paying
nobody remembers that one. Everybody remembers 2 Tickets to Paradise.
But that one's better.
Andrea's boss at the salon bought Andrea, me, as well as a bunch of the coworkers of hers and their spouses VIP tickets to the Eddy Money concert, which included before Eddy Money.
I don't imagine.
Air-conditioned bathrooms.
As much as I appreciate your boss, and I'm sure she's a great person, I don't imagine those VIP tickets being hard to come by.
Now, not real. This year was a
She
lot
just
less.
bought them for us.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. That is pretty cool.
This year's VIP tent was a lot thinner than last year's
Yeah.
Blues Traveler. Last year's Blues Traveler
because
VIP
John
tent was
Popper is a man
massive.
who deserves our reverence.
Agreed.
mean,
But
it's
anyway,
just-
they
Nice.
from what 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock.
And you can buy VIP tickets at the door too. You just pay more than everyone else
Yeah.
pays for the tickets.
From 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock that night in the VIP tent was free beer. Well, free beer and free alcohol. So guess what? We went there at 5 o'clock sharp and just got hammered before Eddy Money came up on stage.
Oh, I thought you
So-
said you got hammered before Eddy Money. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure he showed up hammered.
No, I had my necklace of balls that I would just fill up with my drink and go get another and fill it up. And fill it. I got like 8 drinks inside that necklace.
Yeah, easily.
They were from. You got one too. Brenda gave you one. They were
Yeah,
from the actual Mardi Gras. Brenda brought them back
That's
from New Orleans.
fantastic.
Yeah, it'll hold. So the beers were like 32-ounce beers. They were big fucking beers, and it was only Coors Light. All right, it's okay, but it's free. Whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, you know what? That's how I knew I beat alcoholism, when I started complaining about the quality of free beer.
Yeah,
Somebody offered us free beer after a show, and it was Coors Light, and I'm like, this is shit. And I'm like, I'm cured.
yeah.
I stopped going to AA meetings that night.
Nice.
That was done.
But hey, listen, we had a good time. It was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see who performs next year at your birthday.
For my birthday,
Yeah.
it will be fun.
And we ran into none of my ex-girlfriends this year. Last year we ran into 2 of them.
Well, that's always a plus.
Yeah,
That's because we were
No,
all over the place. I was best dressed, everyone said. We dressed out. Last year, I just had my tiara on, and everyone has all this crap on, so no one knows it's my birthday. So I had on tights and leggings and a tutu and a sparkly shirt and a feather boa, tons of necklaces.
Yep.
What else I have?
she
the
dressed
tiara,
crossed eyes.
glitter everywhere.
Crossed eyes after all that alcohol you were drinking.
No, I was fine.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun.
The end.
Yeah.
Now I have Take Me Home Tonight running on a loop in my head.
Take me home tonight.
Oh, this is...
I don't want to let you
I should not
go
have
till
admitted
you
that.
see the light.
So we called Tach a little while ago to check in on him. Tach works out at SpaceX, out at the Space Center, and SpaceX just launched after their mishap a few months back. They just launched their first rocket again. This one was really, really cool. We took a couple of our friends and listeners of the show, our friends Dan, Steph, and Ricky, out to see it. And this was one of those, Jay, that comes back and lands back on the land, not out in
Yeah.
the barge out in the middle of the ocean. The rocket actually returns back to one of the landing pads at Kennedy Space Center. And of course, when that happens, the big sonic booms occur.
Right.
And we were right out there at the VAB, so it was really, really fun. So I'm giving Dan and Steph and Ricky a shout out if they're listening, because that was a lot of fun. And Dan, dude, it sounds like Dan Cummins might want to go out to the Space Center here soon if he comes back down here with us. Hopefully, we could time a his visit is timed around the launch, and we happen to come across some more tickets to go out there. That'd be kind of cool to see. By the way, if you ever want to go out there with us,
now you invite the co-host. I see how it is. Yeah.
Hey, he didn't invite me either, so
I did too. You were working that day.
Is that he's still trying to work a blowjob out of me?
I was here, and I was here when he got back.
Now I get 5, so I get 4 passes or 4 people as well as me. So
you were talking about 4 blowjobs. I have 4 a year, not counting my birthday.
No, I get to take myself and 4 other people in my car to the VAB. There's a little launch basin out there, and it's a lottery drawing. Essentially, you put your name in a drawing, and there's 250 cars or people. They get selected for car passes, and usually, always, I get one. So I've somehow lucked into getting that. So I'll let you know next time launch goes up. 2 weeks, according to Tach, is when the next one's going up. So
all right,
I might get another pass for then.
Now you say Tach's working for the launch. It doesn't Tach.
He's making chicken and pineapple.
Yeah, doesn't he do catering?
He's feeding them.
Well, so all the preparation. Jesus Christ, that came out wrong. All the preparatory work that goes into a launch is intense. And what Tach does for SpaceX is he's part of the chefs. He's one of the premier cooks out there for preparing all the food for these guys while they're doing their late nights of mission planning and ops and checks and balances, the whole 9 yards. So SpaceX pays for that stuff to be made for all of their staff. So he prepares this gigantic course to serve to those people that are working late nights. So he's the most important part of a launch. Let's just put it that way.
The lunch.
The lunch. Did I say launch? Yeah, lunch.
He's the most important part of the lunch.
Now I can just see Tach wearing a giant Chef Boyardee hat.
So I'm going to take
Chef Tach.
I'm going to take that piece of the interview with Dan Cummins and replay it next week.
He'll never let that down.
No, that's fucking fantastic. Oh, Jesus. All right, so you want to take another break in studio and come back with our Mad-Libs?
Yep.
All right, Andrea's got some pretty cool Mad-Libs prepped for us in honor of Tach not being here this week. We're going to do a little mini version of It's Game Time, but it's not Tach's segment. It's Andrea's. All right.
It's my game.
Check out a little bit more DJ Addx, and we'll see you after the break.
Or can we?
Hey, it's Adam. If you enjoyed the content or the cast of Living Podcariously, be sure to check out the other show we produce. It's called The Twisted 10. Each week, a host or a guest host takes over the show and brings their own unique and original top 10 list to the show. Here's a few examples. Top 10 crazy religious practices. Top 10 sexual fetishes. Twisted Guinness World Records. Top 10 possible human extinction events. And my personal favorite, top 10 best or worst infomercial products. As you can see, the content is all over the place for the show. However, it is a lot of fun to produce, and we hope you like it. As always, thanks for listening. And welcome back to Living Podcariously. That again is DJ Addx you're listening to in our breaks this week. We haven't gotten rid of DJ Gil Lugo. He's still part of our production side of the house.
We love you, Gil.
We love you, Gil. We want an interview with you in studio in here. Guy's busy, man. He was in the Middle East not too long ago, spinning out there for them. Really interesting guy. All right, Andrea, what you got?
All right, we're gonna have a little fun. It's not Tash time. Tash time.
Tash.
Tash.
What do you call him?
Jay.
Tosh.
Tosh. It's
He didn't
not.
call him Tosh.
Tosh. Yeah, Tosh.
Tosh.
That's what it is, Tosh.
Okay, well, it's not Touch time.
Tosh's game time.
Game time. So we're just gonna do a little fun Mad-Libs.
All right.
Fun
I like
Mad-Libs.
We did this on our road
Joy.
trip a little bit too with the kids.
I feel like we just did that
here.
with the whole Tosh thing.
That's true.
And that was the end. Good job, guys.
All right.
Thank you for
Hey.
playing.
Winner, chicken dinner.
I need an adjective.
You want to go back and forth? Like you pick one, I pick one, you pick one, I pick one?
You go first.
All right, adjective. Let's go with slimy.
A person in the room.
Oh.
That's an easy one.
A person. Oh, like a name? Andrea.
An adjective.
Again, creamy.
A noun.
Store.
A verb ending in ed.
Fucked.
A part of the body.
Clavicle. I almost said metaparsals. I was like,
I said that in one of the ad-libs or Mad-Libs we did on the road with the kids.
Yeah.
A part of the body came up, and I said metatarsals. And ironically, the story she was telling was about Cinderella's foot going into the slipper.
That is fucking great.
That the sisters couldn't fit their feet into the slippers because of their metatarsals. But
And in the body or the clothing part that was picked was shoe, so it said
it was perfect.
shoe.
Yeah, but she didn't want to.
I didn't have enough room. My spot was this big, and we were in a rickety car. It was too long. It wouldn't fit.
That car
now
wasn't
we have
rickety.
room. I made big long lines in
That
this.
car wasn't rickety. That was a beautiful
Noun.
car. Oh wait, was it my turn or was it your turn?
I don't take it.
Person in the room.
Again?
Oliver.
Part of the body, plural.
Labias.
Always two. At least.
Hopefully.
Always an even number.
Oh, really? Hopefully.
A noun.
A noun. God.
Oh. I'm God.
Plural noun.
Disciples.
Can y'all pick smaller words, please?
God, shorter than
I feel
God.
like disciple's more of an adjective, isn't it?
The disciples worshipped God. No, that'd be a noun.
Well, God could also be an adjective too. Yeah.
But can you spell it?
Disciples. All you have to do is be able to read.
You're the one religious one in here.
That's a good
Doesn't mean
point.
I have to spell.
DISC.
Jesus still loves me if I can spell or
D-E?
not.
D-E or D-I?
I'm sorry. DISC.
IPLES.
Yes.
Okay, I just couldn't. You know a word, but there's that one letter missing.
There's a Charlie in there.
Is that what it's called?
An opossum.
C for Charlie.
Adjective.
Is it back? It's back.
Oh,
to
that's
you.
back to me. You already got disciples.
Be nice.
Adjective. I'm
I thought you always just be picking dirty
large.
words.
Prestigiously? No, large. Yeah.
Adjective.
I get one again.
This actually says adjetivito.
Is it Spanish?
It was a bump in the road.
So adjective. Let's go. What do you? I'm trying to think of what our story is building here, just based on other words.
You're not building a story. You're just making.
It's ad-lib. Stop putting too much thought into this.
All right.
Just pick something. Describe it.
Clean.
I'm talking about this room. And last one is adjective.
Douchey.
All right, this is called a pillow fight.
You and Oliver were about to do some stuff.
Hey, didn't you give creamy for your first one? I love where this is going.
Actually, the last time I went to a sleepover. Wait, what? Okay. The last time I went to a sleepover, a slimy pillow fight broke out of nowhere. Andrea grabbed her creamy, fluffy store and began swinging it at anyone close to her.
The Tach with the little dollhouse.
Soon, everyone else fucked in. At one point, I got hit right in the back of my clavicle. As soon as I recovered, I tossed my car at Oliver's labias, but I missed. Instead, I knocked over an expensive god, and my pillow split open. Disciples flew everywhere, covering the room in a layer of large feathers. The fighting stopped when we all broke out in clean laughter. The fun ended when we realized we had to clean up the douchey mess.
I feel like adult women pillow fighting would probably be douchey.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That was good.
All right, let's go faster so we can get to the fun part. Noun.
Oh, me? Church.
Wacky state.
Wacky.
We live
Like
in
a
the
place.
wackiest. Oh.
Like a state, an actual state. Not like a wacky state of mind, like a wacky
Oh,
state.
yeah. We live in the wackiest state of the world.
Arkansas. Pretty close. West Virginia would have been there too.
They're a close number 2 and 3.
Yeah.
A verb.
Verb. Shat.
Shat.
Okay. Noun.
Banjo.
A proper name.
A proper name. Chinford.
What? Chin.
Chinford. He's a proper gentleman. Chinford Wellington III, the most proper gentleman you'll ever meet.
Sir Edward Windsor III, Andrea.
Chin.
He was a top hat and monocle.
Third.
That's what my name for my dick is.
That
Sir
didn't
Edward
fit in the
Winston III.
spot, but I wrote above the name. Okay,
Chinford?
verb.
Verb. Strike.
A noun.
Car.
A verb.
Gallivant.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one.
I like it.
It's a $5 word right
I'm a
there.
fan.
Noun.
Noun. Cherry.
Ooh.
Part of body.
Metatarsal.
You just see the look on her face get frustrated. And like, you son of a bitch.
I think the podcast listeners heard
Adjective?
her get frustrated.
Adjective. Difficult.
Relative.
Ooh, brother, cousin.
Adjective. Activity.
Activity. Oh shit, we just went brother cousin. What's the best one? Menaged.
Ooh.
Oh, menage a trois.
Okay.
What's just a menage?
A chain restaurant.
We're going to go Fuddruckers.
Not Bojangles?
I almost went Bojangles, but I wanted to eat at Fuddruckers and take the kid. They have bison burgers there.
Oh.
Bojangles. Fuddruckers make some unique food.
An adjective past tense.
A past tense adjective?
Yes. Like you jumped.
That's a
That's a
verb.
verb. Yeah, there's no
describe.
Yeah, there is no such thing as a past tense adjective. Why is a Latino teaching you this?
No, I'm trying to see what.
The only thing with tense is verbs.
Let's go with a verb then.
Past tense verb?
Yeah, let's do that.
Hoped.
A month.
Let's go February.
I would said Black History, but all right.
noun.
With the technical name.
I like that.
A noun. Black History Month.
That was good. Fit it in there.
A verb past tense.
Oppress. Oh, you see what I did there?
I said past tense.
Oppressed.
With a D.
An adjective.
Holy.
A verb.
Wither.
A verb.
Deteriorate.
I'll
No,
edit
because
it.
he just said wither. No. He just said wither.
Grow.
We'll say jump.
Okay.
We'll just keep it simple.
Jump. Thank you.
Can jump.
Noun.
Regatta. What?
What's that?
A regatta. It's
a
a
boat.
gathering of boats.
It's like a boat race.
That's
Or just a gathering. It's just a big
Yeah.
gathering of boats. Like you ever get on a boat, go out in the middle of the like a couple miles offshore, and there's a bunch of boats like anchored in together.
that's a noun.
That's a regatta.
That's
yeah.
a thing. It's a
Re-
Raggata.
When I was young, we always picked dirty words. Y'all are not doing
We're trying to impress you with our vocabulary.
that. Doesn't
Our,
work.
our vernacular is the most impressive
That
thing
just
ladies
makes
will
the
ever
game
see.
go slower because I can't write it, and then I'm not going to read it because I can't read it in my own writing.
Well, come on, Oklahoma Public Schools, you got
Plural
this.
noun.
A plural noun? AIDS quilts. You want to get dirty? I can get dirty.
Weird news.
And it ends with AIDS quilts.
A church in Arkansas was arrested this morning after he shat in front of a banjo.
Yeah, he did.
Sinford Willington III had a history of striking, but no one, not even his car, ever imagined he'd gallivant with his cherry stuck in his metatarsal.
That would be hard to frolic properly with the cherry in your metatarsal.
yeah, no kidding.
All right.
I always thought he was difficult, but I never thought he'd do something like this. Even his brother cousin was surprised. After a brief menage a trois, cops followed him to a Fuddruckers, where he reportedly hoped in a fry machine. In February, a woman was charged with a similar crime, but rather than wither with the Black History Month, she obsessed with a holy.
Oppressed.
She oppressed with a holy. There should be a noun there. A holy mission. Either way, we imagine that after witnessing him jump with a regatta, there are probably a whole lot of AIDS quilts that are going to need some therapy.
Chances are, if you're wearing an age school, yeah, you're probably going to need a little bit of therapy. I love how you hoped into a frying machine. That sounds like whoever wrote the story just spelled hopped wrong.
Yeah, right? I thought the same. Like, how's it supposed to be hopped? Oh, no, it was hoped.
It was hoped.
Yeah.
All right, I have one more.
All right.
A silly name.
That's
Bozo.
All right.
An unrealistic profession.
Underwater basket weaver.
I was going to say professional podcaster.
Oh, even better. Oh, I want to change mine.
A country.
Just because I want to fuck with you. Azerbaijan.
I told her Uzbekistan on our trip.
Okay, another silly name.
Roscoe P. Coltrane.
P. Coltrane. All right, a color.
Fuchsia. Go back to that fuchsia belt that Tach wanted to get in judo.
That's right.
Adjective.
Moist.
Adverb.
I don't remember what an adverb is.
Do you have an example of an adverb on there?
I wrote it. I don't know.
You wrote adverb and you don't know?
Oh, my phone
this
said.
needs an adverb, but I don't really know what
Isn't
that
it a
adverb
verb
is.
with LY?
I think so.
Hold on. So let's now, since I talk, this is what I get for talking shit to you about teaching a white woman how to spell. What is an adverb? We're all about to get educated here. Oh, well, hold on. Google wasn't supposed to hear the rest of that.
Now she's mad.
What is an adverb? All right, well, since I didn't really understand anything she said, I'll just go with one of the examples that she gave
good
me
idea.
and say gently.
Okay. A third silly name.
I got two of the three silly names. So let's go Gilligan.
I like Gilligan McGillicuddy.
A noun.
I like to think that would have been his last name.
McGillicuddy. Gilligan McGillicuddy is my answer, Andrea.
You already gave it. Noun.
Damn it.
Noun. The McGillicuddy twins.
There you go. Wanted to make you write it.
Trying to figure out how to sing that in the McGillicuddy twins. Gilligan of the McGillicuddy kids. I
I
hope
don't even remember what it was anymore.
Gilligan McGillicuddy.
No.
Gilligan McGillicuddy.
I
I
gave
need
you
a
the
noun.
McGillicuddy.
I didn't
Yeah.
say a plural noun. I
The
just said a noun.
McGillicuddy twins. That is the name of a gang.
I didn't say a plural noun.
No, that's a name.
I just need a noun, not a plural.
McGillicuddy.
McGillicuddy.
That's a plural noun.
No, it's not. It's a last name.
McGillicuddy.
That is a last name. That is a noun.
Exactly. That's a. It's a proper noun. I'm sorry. Proper is what I'm trying to say.
That's a name. That is a proper
That'll
noun.
work. Yeah.
No, I just need a regular noun. Proper nouns are used in other places.
So what do you need? A noun or a proper noun?
We'll put McGillicuddy.
noun,
McGillicuddy
regular.
wherever.
a regular noun. All right.
Like gang in that one would
Just
be
a
it.
Hey,
person,
gang.
place, or thing.
Gang. Yeah, the McGillicuddy kids. That's a person.
The
That's a
kids.
thing.
Yeah.
That's a gang.
proper, though. They have their own name.
All right.
If proper,
She just doesn't want to write McGillicuddy. That's
Right.
what this boils down to.
we
Totally
agree. We
what
agree.
it
If she
is.
asks for a proper noun, though, we're giving her McGillicuddy.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll avoid that. Facial feature. You can't use it there.
It's in your McGillicuddy.
Mole, moly, 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 mole.
Just like that.
The second silly name was
Gilligan.
No, that wasn't the second one. It was Roscoe.
Oh, Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Azerbaijan.
No, that was a
Azerbaijan is a country.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
it was
Yeah, you just offended an entire country of people. What's a silly name? Azerbaijan? Yeah, okay.
Roscoe
Can you-
P. Coltrane.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the name. Can you please tell me how you spelled Azerbaijan?
No, I will
Please?
not.
Come on.
No.
I know you spelled it phonetically.
She pronounced it right.
That's
so
because
hey,
she spelled it phonetically. She had to have. So it's like A-S-S.
it's not too
yeah.
off of phonetic. Yeah.
No, that's true.
A U.S. city.
I don't even know. Go. I don't even know whose turn it is, but you pick it.
Oh, a real U.S. city? Mm-hmm. Minneapolis.
One
Oh
more.
no, Coeur d'Alene. And we'll give a shout out to Dan Cummins.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I didn't hear you.
Coeur d'Alene.
What? Court?
Coeur d'Alene. Also because it's a nightmare to spell. Because it's in French.
Coeur d'Alene.
Okay.
Everyday
One
French with
more
me,
silly
Cargo.
name.
Another silly name.
Oh,
McGillicuddy.
yep. Oh, McGillicuddy. You bastard.
Okay, a verb.
Oh, I thought the silly name was it because you said one more silly name. Okay, verb. Kill.
I kill you. This motherfucker's squeaking over.
A noun.
What?
A noun.
Let's go dog.
A formerly badass actor now selling out.
That's fucking specific.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I can't do a Jean-Claude, but I don't know his voice.
He doesn't know his voice. It's a different accent in every movie.
Good point.
He played an American.
And the last one is a noun. This is going to be so hard to read.
Moil.
No, that is a noun. That's
It's a noun. It's a non-proper name of a person. Moil.
It's a title.
A moil?
Do you know what a moil is?
No, can you tell
In
me?
the Jewish religion, it's the
Dude who bites the tip of their dick off.
Yeah, it's the religious person that does the circumcision. Then in some sects of Judaism, Judeo, whatever, they suck the penises of the newly circumcised boys to draw out the blood and the whatever. It's disgusting.
They stop the bleeding with their mouth biz.
That sounds good.
Stop the bleeding with your mouth biz.
You're rapping over there, aren't you?
Well, let's make the music with your mouth biz. That's a no biz marquee song.
Oh yeah, good call.
All right, if I can read this. This is a generic comic superhero movie.
I know our answers.
The McGillicuddy twins would have been perfect.
Meet our hero, Bozo, a super intelligent underwater basket weaver. A run-in with the Azerbaijan military leads him to create his alter ego, Roscoe P. Coltrane, a fuchsia moist giant.
A fuchsia moist giant?
A fuchsia moist giant, capable of great destruction. He gently battles the military with his girlfriend, Gilligan.
McGillicuddy.
Eventually, it is discovered that our hero's longtime colleague, Mr. Gang, distinguished by his mole, is trying to turn Roscoe P. Coltrane into a weapon, leading to a climatic, if pointless, battle in downtown Coeur d'Alene. Did I right?
Sure.
Oh, with an evil version of the same giant alter ego called McGillicuddy. Eventually, the enemy is subdued by killing him with a dog in the final reel. Jean-Claude Van Damme appears to propose, joining him in a moil. So in the final reel, Jean-Claude Van Damme appears to propose, joining him in a
moil.
Moil.
Oh, that had less impact than I was hoping for Moil. Should have used Moil earlier.
Propose joining him in a moil.
Oh, join
That
like
better?
they're both they're both performing a moil services. I like it now as a verb.
No, they're joining him in a moil. I just figured they were violating a moil.
Oh, I like.
Would
that
you
one
like to
better.
join me as we anally violate this man?
I like it.
And now we're both in a moil. Huzzah!
See, it's
Kalu
easier when I
Kalay.
can read it. The story flows better.
Tach, we miss you, buddy. Come back and do It's game time. Get back in here.
Okay, that's all.
All right, good one. Good. Mad-Libs, Andrea. That was awesome. All right, let's take another break, and we'll come back with Andrea's Diary segment. We got a couple of good emails this week. Just saying. All right.
Haley is bored with life and endlessly looking for a purpose and her place in the universe. She knows there's more out there than working 9 to 5. She never imagined going on one job interview would change everything and open doors she never knew existed. Ancient family journals, 2 friends, and an irresistible bloodlust to deal with. Turns out being a vampire isn't as sexy as she thought it would be. Between the monster, late-night bloodbaths, and a vengeful ex-love of her man, it keeps her busy. But it doesn't have to be this way. Does it? Should she live free and forever without responsibilities? or will she find the direction she's been looking for? One thing she does know is that she will fight for what she wants and create the perfect life without traditional vampire restrictions. And she won't let anyone or anything get in her way. Order your copy of the novel First Generation Book 1 by Zoe Emerson on Amazon. Available on paperback and Kindle. For more information, go to zoeemerson.com.
Peering into the inner thoughts and expressions of men. Women submit questions for Adam and Tach to get brutal, honest admissions. We call this the Guyry.
Guyry? Really? Is that the best we could come up with?
All right, guys.
All right.
All right.
Matthew McConaughey can't turn left. When he drives, it's all right.
That's staying in the podcast.
Hey, you're welcome, folks. I'll see myself out.
Number 1 comes from Amanda in South Carolina.
Oh, hi, Amanda.
What are some good ways to compliment your man or even just guys in general?
I love the size of your cock.
Yeah. Anything to stroke his ego but not reinforce that it's obviously made up. So it can't sound fake. It has to sound sincere, but it's anything to stroke his ego is going to be good.
You know what it is, though? It's really hard for a guy to hear a compliment from a woman without thinking she instantly wants to fuck him. Because I can see that.
Right,
I can see that being hard for a lot of women. Because I know I have a lot of idiot friends. I'm an idiot. Anytime a woman's even remotely nice to me, I'm like, oh, she must be into me.
She likes
so
me?
For a woman to just pay a dude, like, it's just a sincere compliment, must be a nightmare. Because you just constantly, like, as soon as you say, oh, thanks, I appreciate that. No, I don't want your dick. That's a dick pic. I'm still in front of you, and you already sent me a dick pic. Well, how nice. Thank you for that. That's fantastic. I can't imagine what it must be for a woman. And then anytime a guy gives a woman a compliment, it's mostly because
he does want to sleep with
no
her.
one can have anything nice, is what I'm trying to get to. Like, we're all fucked.
I don't know. So in the situation of being in a relationship with a man or just a stranger that you want to
Well, if you're in a relationship, the best compliment is a blowjob. That is the best thing you can do. That's like click training a dog. I don't know. If just be honest. Hopefully it's a guy that you know well enough that you can pay a compliment and he knows you don't want to.
Well, it says in a relationship too. Oh, no. Your man or guys in general. So what about
or guys in general. Okay, so your man, you can whatever because you're banging him anyway, so that doesn't matter.
Do guys like compliments? Like, your hair looks nice. I like your shirt. You smell good.
Tell us if you like something, yeah. Yeah, by all means. And as far as like, hey, thanks for the dishes, or hey, you're kind of awesome. Yeah, one's nice. I mean, look, everybody wants to feel like a princess.
I specifically
a little bit.
I like that. I specifically like it when it's specific, and I know there's double use of the word specific. However, when you say something in particular, like Adam, of course, I'm trying to think of me doing a chore that you like me doing so well, but I don't do any. If it's something that
I liked you driving the car on the trip.
Yeah, no, not so much that though. How about I'm trying to think of something that doesn't make me sound like a dick just even saying it.
Hey, thanks for cleaning out the gutters.
But something specific about it, like, you clean those gutters better than anyone I've ever seen before. That's an elaborated compliment. You know what I mean? Something that's elaborated or very specific about the way you do something or the way your man does something.
Yeah, but even that can come off weird, because I remember my ex-wife, when she first saw me clean the house, I was still in the Army. So we moved in, and I was off. She was working, so I cleaned, and she's like, "You clean better than I thought a guy could." And it wasn't a compliment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was a. Are you sure you're into the vag?
It was a positive insult.
Yeah. That's what it was. It was. She was looking for some kind of confirmation. She's like, "Oh, you're okay. You moved in with me to keep the don't ask, don't tell shit away. Got it." That was what she. And then I had cooked too, and the food was good. She's like, "You cook and clean better than me." I was like, "Yes." And apparently agreeing with her was the wrong thing to do. Because, I mean, all I just said was, Yeah.
No, you should have said
I know I clean and cook better than
Right.
you. I've been living in Phil for the last 3 months. That's why when you were at work, I cleaned the house. No, that's not how I meant it.
That's
but,
not what you say, though.
But she was like, you
cook
can clean better than I do. I was like, yes. She's like, oh, fucking really? I'm like, see, this is why you can't give compliments. No, just don't compliment. Just don't. Dole out sex whenever he does something right and train him that way.
You like the reward incentive program as opposed to the
I
compliments.
think that's the only thing that works on guys. As for guys in general,
Yeah, no, I shower
got
you
nothing.
with praises all the time.
you do, and I appreciate that.
See, I'm just looking at how handsome you are right now.
Oh,
see, that's yeah. See, and that's why you can't do that because she was nice and he the blowjob.
I made it
That's
all
okay.
funny. No, that was puking. That was the Tach puke sound.
When he does that, I just start thinking about his penis. All right,
Oh, that's
number
the Tach
2.
puking. I always thought that was Andrea deep throating. Is that what that sound is?
Supposed
I've had
to
it
be.
wrong all this time.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Tach throwing up.
Oh shit! I just thought it was a gag. I'm like, what an odd gag reflex you have, but okay.
It sounds like a little animal.
You must be
Some kind of
popular
bird.
at dentist chairs.
Number 2 comes from Erica in Ohio.
Erica!
Can and how can a woman teach herself to be emotionless about sex like men are? I wish I could be more experimental with myself and for my boyfriend, but it just means so much to me when I give myself to someone intimately.
Yeah, don't lose that.
So what is she asking?
She's trying to figure out how she can be emotionless about sex. Like, look, men have this uncanny ability to have sex without any emotional attachment whatsoever. Every man you've known has that exact same faculty. But don't lose that. No, that's good that you feel that way about sex, and it should be intimate. That's a lot of guys, me included, wish I could do that more. Yeah, don't. You're on the better.
Is the question of her trying to detach the emotion
She's trying
from
to
sex?
Exactly.
It's can and how can a woman teach herself to be emotionless about sex?
She wants to be more. Yeah, don't lose that. You're on the better end of that spectrum, honey.
Huh. That's a difficult question to ask for us. I tend to agree with Jay. I think we're going to answer this question based on how we feel that she should make a decision here, not how can she get from point A to point B. I don't think we can tell her how to do that. I mean, that's a personality trait. Either you are attached by emotion to sex, like you have to love someone before you can fuck them, or you have to be in some sort of romantic relationship with them, so you can't detach. I mean, you need those two mutually to exist. Or it's just literally the 180 opposite, where you're the type of person that, if needed to be, can completely detach emotion for the raw animalistic sex itself.
Isn't that called a slut?
No, absolutely not.
No, absolutely not. Hell no.
Isn't a slut just someone who sleeps with a lot of people?
What I said didn't have anything to do with sleeping with a lot of people.
No. Slut is, for me, a woman who sleeps with a lot of people is not a slut. She's just sexually open. It's the intent behind it with me. Like, if she's sleeping with a whole family because it's her goal to sleep with all the brothers in that family, okay, maybe. You know what I mean?
I see
or if
that.
she goes to a party and she's like, I'm going to sleep with every member of the football team because Johnny cheated on me. Well, not because Johnny cheated. I would even say that's kind of revenge, but like if she just wants attention, you know, like I'm gonna go.
Vindication sex does qualify for a slut.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, this.
He cheated on me, so I'm going to cheat on him.
Yeah,
That
I mean, there's
makes
a
her
lot of
slut.
bad coping skills. I'll readily cop to that. There's probably a lot of damage in that person's psyche, but yeah, no, just because a woman's sexually open and sleeps with
She's
that doesn't make you a slut.
Promiscuous?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
that's what I
promiscuous.
meant.
Maybe.
Promiscuous.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily, because she may not sleep with a lot of people to get that ability to detach emotions from sex.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying if she doesn't have emotion, that's not. Yeah, that doesn't make her a slut. That just means you don't have emotion during sex.
So she should just stay
Not
true
change.
to herself.
Yeah,
be
I would
herself.
not
Yeah,
change that.
she's on the better end of that. There's a lot of people who can do that who wish they couldn't.
And vice versa, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, apparently.
Number 3 is Jenny in
Hey,
Florida.
do you want me to have Tach on the phone for any of these?
No.
Okay, sorry. Start number 3 again.
All right, number 3 is Jenny in Florida.
Jen A.
If you're in the mood for sex, what's the best way to let your man know? What are some little tips that would get him instantly in the mood?
Initiate sex by inserting his little tip into your mouth.
Little tips. She's got 2 of them already. I'm just saying. This is case by case.
Maybe she had a mastectomy.
this is case by case, and it also depends on what's going on in his life at the time. So lingerie, putting forth an effort of some kind is important. So to me, lingerie is great. fun foreplay, so something out of the ordinary, something unique and original, like they sell all those little dice games you could play, or something that makes it fun. Or massages always do the trick. So start off with a sensual massage and then just move right into the sex stuff.
I feel like a sensual massage works more coming from the guy. That's like, oh, he's at my shoulder blades, he's at the small of my back, and there's a dick inside me. Like that's
the guy just falls asleep. If you massage the guy, he just goes to sleep.
What was your order there? Shoulder blades,
he's
small
on my
of the
shoulder
back,
blades,
dicks in.
small of the back, and there's a penis inside
I like
of me.
that because that is pretty much the prescription for sex. That's what it takes to get there. Or the ingredients needed: shoulder blades, small of back, sex is on.
Yep,
I like that. That's
great.
No,
for a woman, but for a woman to tell the guy, because Andrea's dead on. If she gives a dude a massage, she's gonna knock the fuck out.
So if she gives he's gonna be out. She's not gonna get any.
Yeah, no,
depends on what you're massaging.
I'm more of a direct approach. If I know Lorraine's listening to this.
Get it, girl.
Oh, baby, if you're ever feeling frisky, just come up to me and say, you meet me in the bedroom, like now. Like stop what you're doing, meet me in the bedroom, be naked when I get there. What
if you're not in the mood though? How would she get you into the mood? That was part of the question.
The only time I would never be in the mood in that situation would be that I am.
Am I at work?
Like sick of, just like drained of energy, sick, like flu type symptoms.
Yeah, I'd have to be like really tired. Yeah, that would be that.
Yeah. Or migraine.
Like, I'm literally falling asleep.
Migraines would stop me in a heartbeat too, but I guess that falls into being sick.
Okay. Number 4 from Madison in Florida. If you have an argument/disagreement in public, what's the best way to deal with it? What about if you're around family, friends?
First thing you do is apologize. Okay, like I'm assuming in public means like intimate friends, because if you're fighting at Walmart, who gives a fuck? So is everyone else.
Yeah, that's Walmart.
Yeah, it's Walmart. Like,
I think that's in their logo.
Of course, you're fighting at Walmart. That's why you're at Walmart. But no, I'm assuming you mean like close friends and family. So if that's the case,
two.
Huh?
She said in public, and then what about with friends and family?
Okay, so in public, who gives a fuck? You're the crazy people in public. You live in Florida, don't you? Everyone is a crazy person in public. As far as friends and family go, I'd probably like as soon as, or probably while it's still awkward, like just apologize to everyone who saw that. Like, guys, I'm sorry that blew up in front of you. Apologies. And that's it. That's all you have to say. You don't have to address anything else with anyone else because fuck them. At the end of the day, you had an argument with someone else.
Yeah, that's true.
You had an argument with your significant other. Chances are you're a little more worried about what's going on there than you are about the opinions of people who love you anyway. You know what I mean? Like they love you. Just, hey guys, I'm sorry that happened in front of you guys.
What
sorry
about the argument itself? How do you deal with the argument when you're in the midst of it and you're around all these people?
Well, you got to have some communication with your significant other.
Yeah, hopefully
you got to say, "Hey, we need to snap out of this for just a minute because we're in public, and I don't want to make a scene." Whatever. You just need to have maturity in the conversation with the other person. That's all that. That's all that has to happen. Sure, have a special word that you say that the two of you understand.
Pause everything, and then when it comes to better time to talk, then unpause.
Sure.
Oh yeah, no. I wouldn't even pause it there while you're in front of people. I would have just like. At some point, somebody's going to have to realize that you're in public, and hopefully, though, the communication is open enough where one can say, hey, we need to go outside, or we need to go to another room, or we need to get the fuck out of here. And then, like, as you're walking out is when you're apologizing in front of family. Hey, guys, sorry this happened. And then when you come back out, hey, guys, sorry again, we're good. Just, so everyone knows it's not awkward.
Yeah, and no matter if you worked it out or not, you say that. We're good. Yeah. Both of you have to say that.
Even if you're just going in there and agreeing that you're going to talk about it later. Like, you immediately, you leave, and you go handle that shit. Otherwise, everyone's just awkward.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you go and you handle that shit. And even if it's just like, all right, listen, this is taking too long. We're both too heated about this. Let's just pick this up later, but we got to put our game faces on.
Ray's answer here, Ray Burrito's answer is she's probably fucking somebody else.
Yeah, they're probably both fucking other people.
That's why they're having arguments and disagreements.
Yep. Yeah, because that's because the other person they're fucking is in that friends and family group, so they got to fight occasionally just to make it seem like the side bitch has a chance, and the side bitch can be the guy too.
That's true.
All right, that was the 4 questions I have.
Sweet. If you want to participate in the Guyry segment, send Andrea an email to show@livingpodcariously.com.
All right. Do you want to call Tach for this?
We're calling Tach?
Or do you want to just call that the Guyry?
We're calling Tach.
All right.
If we can include Tach on the show, we're going to include Tach on the show.
Hello?
Down with the bloody redhead.
What? Hello?
Tach,
Tach?
can you hear us?
Yeah?
There you go. You sounded like you were breaking up on the phone there.
Oh, sorry.
That's all good.
What's up?
Andrea's got another part of the
Are
Guyry
you in a
segment.
tunnel?
Sorry, I'm just putting stuff in the fridge real quick. There's a loud fan. I'm almost done.
All right, guys.
I'm ready.
This says, okay, men have the absolute ability to drive ladies to the brink of insanity, especially when it comes to relationship security. Between staying out too late, forgetting to text, and even commenting on their ex's Facebook posts, men do numerous things that leave their partners feeling insecure. Ladies, you know what we're talking about. Here are 15 things that men do that can make any lady question the stability of her relationship.
So what we want Tach to do here is chime in for his input, right?
Yep.
All right, Tach, did you hear all that, right?
All right. Yeah. I can hear.
Okay, number 1. When he gets far too drunk with his male friends. When a man goes out for a guy's night, it's pretty much guaranteed that he will get quite intoxicated. Intoxication tends to lead to unwise decisions.
Huh. So I think the best way for us to do this is to respond with the vice versa. Would that same thing affect a man, to have issues with those decisions as well?
Well, I disagree with that on premise.
Well, I just want to know if it's true.
No, whenever I had a guy's night, I came home smelling like cigar smoke, but I never got drunk. Like, it's not guaranteed.
I want to know if you guys do
You're
this
dating
stuff.
assholes. Yeah, no, I mean...
No, I don't do it. Since we've been together, I haven't done like a guy's night and gone out and got completely hammered and then come home completely drunk. I don't do that. I mean... I'd rather take you with me or
not me, just any girls.
No, I understand that.
No,
happens.
it's definitely, I mean, call it a guy's night, call it me time, call it whatever you want. Yeah, there should definitely be a period where the guy and the woman, like, you each have, hey, I'm going to go out with my friends. Like, that's no. Now, if he goes out and he gets drunk every fucking time, that's possibly another conversation you need to have. But as far as the act of going out with his friends, yeah, by all means, that's normal, man. As long as you have a night, you can do the same thing. Go for it.
What do you think, Tach?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do that often. The only thing I do weekly is go over, to do the podcast. So, I don't go out very often, but I have had experiences in the past where the girl I was with would get mad if I was out with friends and, quote, having a good time. Like, I remember being on the phone with her one time, and then my friend was talking to me and like messing with me, and I was like, "Stop, dude!" And he was like making me laugh, and she got mad because I was having fun. And she was like, "I'm just gonna go and let you do your thing."
Oh yeah, that passive aggressiveness for the guilting you into making you feel bad that you're out without her. Yeah, I've had that in a past relationship. Yeah.
See, made her feel insecure
It's
about
ridiculous.
the relationship. Number 2, when he likes another girl's picture on social media. This is surely a sign of sketchy behavior.
Wait, what?
Sketchy behavior with likes?
These are things that drive women crazy.
So girls don't like it when
This
guys
is girls. These aren't
with
women.
likes?
There's no woman that's like angered by somebody liking something.
Well, this one goes right into 3. These are tied together. When he comments on another girl's picture on social media. The only thing worse than liking another female's picture is commenting on it. What was he even thinking?
Huh. The only time I ever think that that's appropriate is when the girl is a past girlfriend or something like that. Then it's fine. If it's a friend, like I've got a lot of girls that are friends of mine on Facebook and social media. I'll like and comment on their pictures all the time. That shouldn't affect you. However, if it was my ex-girlfriends or ex-wives and I'm commenting and liking on their photos, got it. I completely understand that. That's justified. But my friends, no.
I can understand if it was like ridiculously sexual. Like, I can't wait to get up in between that. Yeah, by all means, have a problem with that. You should absolutely have a problem with that, even if he's just kidding. Like, no, dude, like, no. But yeah, I mean, I have a friend of mine who she does things, and she posted a video up on Instagram of her shaking her ass, and it's her in a thong, and I didn't think anything. I mean, it's a spectacular ass, don't get me wrong, but I looked at it and I commented, "Yep, it's a nice ass, kiddo. Put it away now." Like, that's what I commented, and There's nothing wrong with that. It wasn't.
That doesn't mean you're up to anything nefarious.
Yeah, there's nothing. That's just me being a dumbass. You know what I mean? Like, I would have thought you had I always thought you had a tattoo of Tweety. You know, that just commenting. I think you need to look at more of the substance of the comment. Now, if he's commenting like, I can't wait till wish I had a chance to get up in them buns. Yeah, then you should you should absolutely have a problem with it.
And now from our action reporter, the effeminate male, Tach.
I forgot Tach was here.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry, dude. No, it's you're not in front of me, dude. I miss you.
I got you. So, yeah, I agree with you guys. Like, I think I've never just commented or liked a picture, or if I do, it's probably because maybe a friend of mine, a girl, has like been feeling down, and so she wants to put up a picture of herself to feel pretty or something. So I might go, okay, it all depends on circumstances. Like, I'm not going to go liking a picture of some chicks in a bikini, like bending over or something. I'm going to go, ooh, yeah, hell yeah, hit me up, whatever. That's because I have a girlfriend. I'm not going to be doing that. And I'm so happy with, so far, these two things my girlfriend does not do. So thank God. She doesn't care about shit like that.
All right, number 4. When he texts someone all day. When a man texts all day long and you don't know who he's texting, insecurity is bound to ensue.
Okay.
No, you're just insecure in general. No, yeah, look, just ask.
Well,
ask. Hey, who are you? Hey.
That's the thing. She doesn't know, or the girlfriend in this scenario doesn't know who he's texting, and maybe she doesn't want to ask because that seems like she's prying.
But she wants to pry, so
it could be his boss. He could be texting boss back and forth talking about schedules the next week. She doesn't know, but it's still going to make her insecure.
There's a way to do it. I mean, if you're in a relationship, you have a right to ask. I mean, it shouldn't bring up insecurities. You should have been asked at this point whether or not. I do it to Lorraine all the time. She does it to me. If I'm texting somebody all this, she's like, I hope she's pretty. I'm like, oh yeah, she's gorgeous. And I'll tell her who I'm texting. I do the same thing to her. Like, I hope hope he's better in bed than I am.
That's the etiquette I think there too. Is like, if I'm texting somebody continuously, I'll let her know, hey, it's Jimmy or whatever.
Yeah, good call.
Adam's texting me about something real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, and if you get,
I don't want her to think I'm being shady. So.
Yeah, and if he gets skittish about answering, like, oh, yeah, like, who is that? Oh, no. Well, then, yeah, something's fucking up.
Or if he says, mind your own damn business, that's a pretty good clue.
At that point, you start investigating. You want to make sure you also want to make sure he's not buying you an engagement ring, too. Like, you want to rule that out. But, yeah, once he starts going that, then if you feel like you need to start snooping at that point, he earned it.
Wouldn't that be a good answer if you've got a guy, let's put the scenario that he is cheating on you and he is texting some other chick. And he said, you get busted. He gets busted, and he says, "See, I really was texting somebody about buying you an engagement ring, but you know what? Forget it. Engagement's off." That's horrible. Yeah, a little funny.
Yeah, that's when you start running your deep background.
Yeah.
Bad. Number 5, when he's being overly protective of his phone. If a man is keeping his phone locked up and protecting it with his life, this should raise a few red flags.
Not that go ahead, Tach.
I've been on the receiving end of that one with an ex. She was always very protective of her phone. She literally would sleep with it in her hand.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and it was back when she had it was like the last of the flip phones. It was an old flip phone, and I remember walking behind her in a chair, and she immediately shut it real quickly as I walked past. I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I thought you were one of the kids or whatever." I'm like, mm-hmm.
Even more so. What are you doing on the phone that the kids can't see?
It turns out what?
She was cheating on me.
Oh, this story had a sad ending.
Yeah. No,
I mean, it's all right. I don't care anymore now.
Adam hit it on the head. Oh, I thought you were one of the kids. What? I'm right here. What the fuck are you texting that the kids can't see?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll agree with that for the most part. Now, for the other part of that is phones have become an appendage. So I know I walk with mine everywhere. I can't take a shit without it because, frankly, I don't have anything to do while I'm in there. So, the phone is my hip attachment at this point. That's just what it's become. But I don't sleep with it in my hand. I don't lock it up safe keep. But yeah, I agree with that as well.
Yeah.
If he's going out of his way to hide it, then that's a red flag.
Yeah, that's something up. Yeah, the same way I have my phone on me. All of us have our phones on us everywhere we go.
Yeah.
But if I'm like if I'm in the bedroom and I walk to the bathroom, I don't always stay with me. If I know I'm going to be quick, I leave it there. And Lorraine knows my passcode. I keep the screen locked, because I keep it out at work and stuff. But Lorraine knows the password to my phone. I know the password to her phone. It's like, there you go, babe, go for it. But yeah, Adam hit it. Yeah, if they're protecting it, like way too much, like just take it everywhere and like, hey, can I look at your phone? Hold on. You're just like, if he says hold on, you just see him start tapping his screen and start swiping and everything. Then yeah.
Wait, repeat that, Tach.
I assume that was a visual joke. Or the listeners can see.
Yes.
If it's a hold on, tapping the screen, swiping.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, then by all means, he's probably up to something.
Yeah.
All right. Number 6, when he tells you not to worry. Men know how to talk their way out of things. You want to believe there's nothing to worry about, yet you somehow can't shake the feeling he's lying to you.
Because a woman's never talked her way out of anything? I'm sorry, officer. I didn't mean to be speeding, boob. I mean, what the fuck?
That's very personal.
Every time I'm in trouble like that with my girlfriend, I pull my balls out, and it works every time.
Yeah.
And she says, "Oh, those are so cute."
Oh.
I know, and then I cry with my balls out, and it works.
That all depends on the person. So just like if a person can be, if they can talk their way out of things, they're usually pretty good at judging psychology and the interactions between conversations of the other person in the party. If you're good at that, if you're a good smooth talker, then and that goes for girls as well as guys. So I don't know how to justify that being an insecurity for a girl. However, some people can do it better than others, and that's not just gender specific.
Yeah, she threw it under the context that that's all guys do it, which means she's probably dated a lot of idiots and can't stop dating idiots and things that all men are. That's like, okay, I had a friend of mine. I had a conversation with her earlier today. She posted on Facebook, I can't believe all these snakes are eating all these animals. The videos keep saying that the snakes are going to be friends, but they keep eating them. These are horrible. Who's posting? Like, it was like snake makes friends with dogs. Snake makes friends with rabbits. And this dumb bitch is watching these videos, and she's surprised every time when the snake eats the fucking animal. When the snake acts like a snake. And I commented, I'm like, I feel like this is the perfect metaphor for your dating life.
Nice.
You keep watching these same videos when it's the same sign. You already know what it is, but it says they're going to be friends. Yeah, because you wouldn't watch it otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
Every guy's going to seem nice at first, but when you start realizing that it's a fucking snake on the screen, stop fucking watching it. Same thing with the dude. When you realize he's an asshole, stop fucking him. So that's that's her problem here. She's dating the same idiots over and over again, and she can't figure it out. No. I reject the premise of this question.
Number 7, when his eyes wander. Nothing can make you feel more insecure than when your man is clearly checking out a chick right in front of you.
All right, yeah, we be doing that. That's for sure. That's all up to the girl, though. If it makes her insecure that he's looking at other girls, that's just something she's gonna have to deal with. Guys do this. This is no breaking news.
But
Guys
if you're
check out other
making her
girls.
feel bad, can't you just not do it in front of her?
I mean, you can not.
It's hard to control. Yeah. If he's like eye fucking her the whole time, but like if I see a woman walk in front of me and I'm like my eyes wander for a second, it's hard to control that. That's an instinct. I know that it makes most guys sound like scumbags.
You don't have to go damn every single time.
Yeah, if he's doing that shit, yeah. I think
Tach wouldn't do it.
Wait, Tach looks at my junk when I walk by, so I know he looks at girls' junk.
See, the secret is like if you're caught and you're looking at a chick and you're caught, then you comment on how pretty she looks. If your daughter was ever dressed like that,
man, you see that girl's ass? That's just nasty, right?
Yeah.
Did I do it right? Was that good improv?
You walk out in public dressed like that. Like, really? Does she not have parents? Does my daughter look like that?
Oh, Tach, that's smart. That buys you more time to comment while you're looking. I like it.
I think this is handled.
I mean, but just look at her. Just look at her, though.
I gotta take a picture and share this with my friends.
I think a lot of this is based off how the woman handles that situation.
Yeah.
I dated a woman for a little bit who she handled that perfectly. I was caught dead to rights gazing. I wasn't gawking. I wasn't an asshole about it, but I definitely like followed her for a second longer than I should have. And as soon as I came back, my eyes came back to her. She dead to rights. She was right there looking at me, and she said, "How was she?" That's exactly what she said. How was she? And I'm like, in my head, she could teach you a little bit with your mouth. Overall, though, you were totally better.
I got busted by my mother in South Carolina on this. By my fucking mother. We're walking through downtown.
At that point, yeah, Mommy raised a boy.
We're walking through downtown, Andrea, myself, my mom, and some of my relatives, and there's a ton of dogs that people are walking out in this park out there. It's really kind of cool. There's so many animals out there. And this woman walks a cute little lab or something. I don't remember what she was walking, and I wasn't looking at the dog. My mom literally in front of everybody says, "Adam, stop looking at her puppies." As this woman's walking by, I'm like, "Oh."
No, but that's how, when it's the mom, you can throw that right back and like, "You raised me."
I should have thrown it back. Yeah.
Right, that. But yeah, no, she handled that perfectly. It was like, "How was she?" And at that point, I knew, I'm like, "All right, cool." At least like, and if she didn't say anything, I'd be like. If another woman walked by and she caught me, I wouldn't even wait for her. I'd just like, no, you're totally better.
All right, number 8. When he won't answer your texts. It's pretty horrible feeling when your boo hasn't texted you all day, but you see a photo of his lunch on social media.
Okay, that's justified right there.
Yeah.
So that's justified. Not answering texts could mean I'm busy as fuck. So if he's got time to post a picture on social media, like of his lunch or something insignificant, got it, understood. That's important.
That's when I start texting you. Like, why aren't you texting me? I'm like, you're posting all the shit all over Facebook.
Oh, well,
no,
damn, did I just bust myself here?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, no, I have a big boy job too, so sometimes it happens, and Lorraine will shoot me a text, and I may not answer back for a couple of hours because I don't see it. But yeah, if you're on your phone, you're actively on your phone to post something. Well, then you're actively on your phone to see that you've got messages. So yeah, unless one of two things are happening: he just doesn't really he's fucking somebody else, or B, he's not really that into you, and you're imagining more than what actually exists.
Huh, all right, that's good twist on it. What do you think, Tach?
I don't ever fall victim to this at all. I'm always like really good about texting back immediately. So,
Prince Tach.
A side note: when I'm at work all night, all I ever do is like I just listen to podcasts all night at work in my ear, and so I feel like I'm just listening to a podcast right
now. Nice.
It's live. Your first live one, a live podcast right now.
I can actually like respond back in real time.
This is a 3D podcast.
All right, number 9. When one of his closest friends happens to be female, sure, she's just a friend.
Huh.
Okay, as somebody with more female friends than guy friends, yeah.
It's justifiable?
Well, Lorraine and I had the conversation a little bit ago because I do have a really close friend who I didn't know she was going to Houston the same time I was.
Oh,
had no idea. I thought she was going to New Orleans.
That's ironic.
Yeah. That was a little tough. That was a tough couple of hours between Lorraine and I. No, she's a friend of mine. I've known her for 8 years. We've been tight since we met.
Is she tight? Is that what you're saying?
No, we've been tight. Don't be an asshole about this. Lorraine does listen to this.
Oh, Lorraine, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
he set
I would
himself
be
up.
mad too, Lorraine.
God damn it.
I'm right with you. I feel that girl anger already boiling up.
So what had happened was I knew she was going out of town. And I remember that she told me she was going to Houston. She was going President's Day weekend. And she invited Lorraine and I out. And I was like, my sister lives out there. And Lorraine and I had just started dating, so I invited Lorraine out. And then after like a week, we talked about it. And I was like, this was like maybe in December. I was like, I really don't want to go out of town because I'm going to have my kid for spring break. And I'm going to need the vacation hours for that. I want to save up money for that, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. So we decided we wouldn't go. Well, about the week after the Super Bowl, I woke up with a wild hair up my ass. And I said, I need to get the hell out of town. I haven't taken a vacation for me for a while. President's Day is coming up. I've got some vacation hours. I'm just going to go out of town. And I knew my sister lived in Houston, so I was like, let me go to Houston. I looked up plane tickets. It was a $100 round trip in.
Nice.
I'm in there like swimwear. So I remember my friend Noelia was also going out of town for President's Day weekend. For whatever reason, I thought she was going to New Orleans. I totally forgot that she had mentioned Houston.
That sounds like a guy thing to do, though. You forget those details.
Because it was a conversation that happened 2.5 months ago or 2 months ago. I got New Orleans because my son's mother was going to New Orleans, so I confused the destinations.
Andrea, I get these kinds of things wrong all the time.
Yeah,
I forget this kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah, no, this was just total dude brain. Like, it absolutely was 100% dude brain. Because I even asked her, I texted Noelia, hey, when are you going to New Orleans again? And she said, I'm not going to New Orleans. I'm going to Houston, and I'm going President's Day weekend. And I was like, oh, fuck. Because I knew this was going to come up with Lorraine. I knew it. And I was like, shit. And I already was preparing myself for the conversation because I wanted to go on this trip by myself. I didn't grow up knowing my older sister. This was going to be the first time I really hung out with her and her family. And even though I had initially invited Lorraine the 2 months ago, I really wanted to make this trip on my own. I really wanted to go out there and get really to know my sister, get to know her family. And I didn't want to have... Not that I would have had to entertain a girlfriend because my girlfriend's pretty awesome.
Sure.
But I didn't want that to come in the mix because what if... I love my sister, thankfully, but what if we didn't get along? You know what I mean? And now I dragged her into this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I that, and then, my sister hanging out with me and then worried about entertaining my girlfriend, making sure we're entertained. Like, I wanted this to be easy and simple. But I knew that wasn't going to fly as soon as she's like, but hey, because I knew she was going to remember Noelia was going to Houston. Yeah. I knew she'd absolutely remember that. And she did. And that was a... if it wasn't for the fact that I ended up in the hospital with food poisoning that night, we'd still be having that fight, I'm pretty sure. Conveniently chose to eat a microwave breakfast burrito that morning.
Oh, man.
So that's my story to it. But yes, no, Noelia is a close friend of mine. She's a dear friend of mine, and that is all she will ever be. If you don't trust your guy, that's a whole other topic. His friends don't mean shit. You already don't trust them.
I think the level of trust there is the most important part. Having a girlfriend that's your best friend is not... I mean, it can happen. It doesn't happen often, but it can.
That's a whole new topic right there.
Well, that was the question.
Yeah.
Well, you said best friend.
Oh, closest friends happens to be...
Closest friend. I consider that best friend.
Well,
your friend Jimmy, Jimmy's best friend is a girl, Tach.
What?
Your friend Jimmy's best friend is a girl.
Yeah, his wife.
No, his friend Jimmy's best friend is a girl. His friend Jimmy's best friend is Tach.
No, his wife is his best friend.
All right.
You don't like that, Tach?
Well, my big thing is like, a guy can't have a woman as his best friend.
Yeah, you've said this before.
Yeah, this is one of those things we disagree on, yeah.
I've been down this path before, I think, on the show.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. Unless one of them is gay. That's the only thing.
Or they're your significant other.
No, because the point he's making is at some point you're going to want to fuck that person. If they're your significant other, you're already fucking them. So that resolves.
Like a girl could say a guy is her best friend, but the guy will never say the girl is his best friend, unless one of them is gay, or he's really secretly in love with her.
Lorraine, Tach's opinions do not necessarily reflect those opinions of me. I love you. And only you.
Yeah, this is a bipartisan situation here, I think. I think two of the hosts believe one way, two believe another.
With girls that claim, like, oh, he's my best friend. I was like, well, he may be your best friend.
Oh, I know you can't.
Oh, no, it's true. And then I was like, this happened 3 times, and I've told these girls each time, I guarantee you he's secretly in love with you, and he wants to be with you. That's the only reason why.
Huh.
And they never believed me, and finally I said, ask him. Just ask him, and they all 3 did. And I was correct all 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Tell me any of your girls that you're friends with.
We're not going down this road with me, baby. Next question.
Yeah, because it can't be happening.
It's a best friend scenario.
No, that's because this isn't going to turn into the people's court.
All right, number 10.
Thank you.
When he doesn't want to introduce you to his friends.
Pause. I'm sorry. Judge Wapner. That's who else died yesterday.
Wapner died?
Wapner died yesterday.
You heard Bill Paxton died, right, Tach?
Yeah, because everybody heard Bill Paxton died. So Wapner, remember I said somebody else died and he got Michael Jackson? It was Judge Wapner that got Michael Jackson.
Oh shit!
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that to you. It just as soon as I said People's Court, it came back to me and it was gonna fuck with me.
Tach might have told me Bill Paxton when he was here today. But anyway, all right. Next question. Nothing. Sorry.
Go ahead.
When he doesn't want to introduce you to his friends, why is he hiding you from them? When a guy does this, it's hard not to feel like you're a side piece, but you know you deserve to be the main course. This one ties into number 11. When he doesn't want to introduce you to his family, there's no true sign that he's not in it for the long haul.
Unfortunately, I agree with both of those. But there's a time frame put on it. Before you introduce the girl to the friends and the family, there has to be a certain amount of time that you test drive her first before you're ready to introduce her to the more intimate parts of your family.
Test drive?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta really see if
you gotta go on that road trip first.
Yeah, you gotta see. So like 2 weeks, maybe 3 months, whatever, however long your personal interval needs to be. Like, second date is not the time to introduce you to your friends and family.
Matter of fact, if you're introducing me to your friends and family second date, I'm running.
That happened to me.
Well, you two are a different situation.
I got you to sleep with me the first night. Not fuck, but just sleep in bed with me the very first night. I fell in love with you within that first week. So that was a very fast movement for me from what the norm is. It was different.
Oh, I'm special.
Good job.
You are special.
I looked over there because Tach's usually there, and he says, "Aw, with me."
Yeah, no, I'm going to sit here and look at, oh, yeah, you're unique just like everybody else. Yeah, no, that, yeah, there's a time frame there. Like, Lorraine and I are another weird one. We both met her. Well, I met her family before we started dating, so I already knew her family. She met my family when we were probably a couple of weeks in. No. It was a little over a month.
Yeah, see, that's a good time frame.
Yeah, well, it was still a little soon but the thing is, my family's so spread out, it's very rare that we all get together. So I figured, hey, come meet everybody while they're here.
My mother wants to introduce Andrea to all of my family. In fact, that's what this weekend really was. It wasn't about getting me back up for seeing my aunts, uncles, and whatever. Mm-hmm. It was about her being able to brag and to say, "This is Adam's new girlfriend, Andrea." That's what that was.
She's not black.
You know, there's a funny off podcast story about that.
Yeah, because it's North Carolina. Yeah. I know.
All right, is that all for that?
Yeah.
All right, number 12.
Tach sounds like he's eating Doritos.
That's cleaning the Doritos. When he has a history of infidelity, as the saying goes, once a cheater, always a cheater.
When he has a history of infidelity.
Yes.
A history. That means more than a fuck up in the past. All right.
Or does it? Because then it says, as the saying goes, once a cheater, always a cheater.
I disagree with once a cheater, always a cheater.
Yeah.
Even the sensitive, effeminate male disagrees with that. I'm just kidding, Tach. We won't label you that forever.
I agree with the history of infidelity. I was an asshole. I've done horrible things to women, but
yeah,
no, I wouldn't.
You live, you learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go through phases. You go through things. Hopefully you learn.
Past indiscretions do not set the tone for how you're going to live the rest of your life. That just doesn't.
I can't picture myself ever doing better than the person I'm with now.
Aww.
Yeah.
Tach, that should have got an awe out of you too.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, I would never. Yeah, no.
Aww.
I've learned.
All right, number 13. When he talks about other women, a man should try to refrain from talking about other women, especially to his significant other.
Huh.
I guess
I need context there.
When you're talking about other women.
Talking about
what specifically?
I'm
thinking about, like, probably good things about them in general.
Well, if I'm bragging...
talking about other women, right?
Anything that trumps the person that you're talking to, you should refrain from that.
I mean, I'm not going to talk about what page of the Kama Sutra what chapter of Kama Sutra we got to.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about that, but I mean, I've spoken about past relationships to her. She's talked about past.
Yeah, but we don't necessarily talk about past relationships in this context. There, she's talking just in general about women in general.
Yeah, I don't think that should matter. If it's like
talking about oh, Stacy did this, funny today, or
Oh,
Stacy
that's
did
fine.
that, or
I'm thinking
Is that what you mean? Like,
sexually. I'm thinking
continuously
their
talking about a
body
girl?
sexually or
Yeah,
something like that.
That's how
yeah.
men's minds and women's minds work here. That's differently. Just talking about women in general, you immediately assume talking about something sexually attractive about them or whatever. Guys think, oh yeah, so on this one podcast, this girl named Sam did this funny joke. Here's how it goes. That's what we would think.
Yeah.
But a girl would think we're talking about
Her boobs.
her boobs.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Samantha with Semantics Podcast is actually doing pretty well. She's got 3 episodes out. Friend of the
You're
show.
about to talk about her boobs.
do you want to fuck her or something? Why do you
Yeah.
keep talking about her?
Yeah, see, you paid a compliment to her, so obviously you want to bang her.
Yeah. I mean, that's
I
how.
didn't
That's the
think
mind
that.
of.
Obvious.
Now I'm thinking
Those
it.
are the minds of women in tax. I'm just saying.
He wasn't talking about her boobs. If he was talking about her boobs, then I would automatically think that.
Yeah, no, I think if it's if I'm going out of my way to mention a woman, like if we're talking about, oh, what ice cream do we want? Oh God, that one time I was with Amelia and we went to the park. Okay, we're talking about buying ice cream.
That's
Why are
true.
you going out of your
What
way
if
to
you
talk
said
about
what
this?
Amelia's favorite ice cream was? Oh, Amelia's favorite ice cream was.
I could see that, like if it was, oh, Amelia's favorite ice cream was Mexican hot chocolate ice cream. That was amazing. We should go find it. Then yeah, no, because we're talking about ice cream. I was like, oh my God, I had a friend of mine, Amelia, who had this flavored ice cream, and it was amazing.
Well,
we should look for it.
Friend Amelia's different than. Oh, my ex.
Oh,
Amelia.
but see now that's the other thing. She just said
Inflection.
talking about another woman. Now you're assuming that it's an ex-girlfriend.
Well, I'm trying to put it in perspective of
Hey,
what
Tach.
part
It doesn't
would
matter. At
bother
that point,
women.
it's ice cream. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who it is.
Jay.
Am I being too noisy?
No, Jay and Andrea are arguing like I argue with Andrea. It's weird. I see what you feel now.
Number
I
14.
hate it when mommy and Uncle Jay.
I hate it when mom and dad fight.
Number 14. When he hasn't been in the mood lately. When the sex dies, the entire relationship tends to follow.
You're putting way too much weight on sex in your relationship, and it's probably not the best one in the world.
Or hang on, we have a friend. I will not say their name because it's very, very sensitive. Who claimed they hadn't had sex with their husband in 4 months. That's a long time. That's more than a mood.
Something needs to be addressed.
Yeah, that's more than a
Yeah.
mood. That's a lifestyle change.
Yeah,
that's pretty dramatic.
That's something that needs to be addressed. Absolutely.
Yeah,
But I mean, that doesn't
Oh,
mean
yeah,
the
I've been in
relationship's.
relationships that went completely dry, like for over a year.
Oh my God. All right, so
Wow.
let's do this. Let's make
Yeah.
this easy to understand from our perspectives, because our listeners at this point hopefully know the personalities of me, Jay, and Tach. So let's do this. Each one of us are going to say how long is an acceptable "I'm not in the mood" period to last for a guy to tell a girl.
4 hours.
All right, Tach, you go first. What's acceptable to say "I'm not in the mood"? How long can that last before it becomes a problem or a concern in the relationship? What do you think?
Like if I'm told that, and how
Nope.
long, like how many days I let it
If
go.
you
before
tell
I-
your woman.
You're the one that's not in the mood. You're
Right.
it.
Okay.
So what's an acceptable amount of time where you before it should become a concern, where you can tell that to Holly, and it not raise that you should expect that it wouldn't raise an eyebrow with her, thinking that there's something else going on wrong to give her an insecurity.
Well, our situation's a little different because I don't see her every day.
All right, yeah, I
only
guess we're
see
gonna have
her
to.
like
Yeah,
not like a
that's
month.
fair.
We're gonna have to
All right,
assume.
and
In a
the
regular
past.
relationship scenario, I would say longer than like 6 days, maybe.
Oh, so a week for you think?
About a week is where it would be, I would assume would be questionable.
What do you think, Jay?
How long does the flu last?
About a week?
Yeah. So yeah, that's
I
it.
think
Like,
a week.
like if you're sick,
That's
if,
not a mood, though. That's not a mood. That's
no,
a
but like
illness.
that. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's the longest without something being wrong. Like I'm sick. Like I'm not in the mood because I'm physically sick.
Okay.
Or I'm not in the mood because I'm tired or something. But like if it's longer than a week. Because like it's one thing if I'm tired for like a day or two. You know what I
All
mean?
right,
I catch
yeah.
up on sleep eventually.
Or
I'm sick for a couple of days. But if it's longer than a week, something's happening that needs to be
I
addressed.
start freaking out after a week.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 2 days, and here's why. But irrelevant of being sick, sickness is not necessarily a mood-driven decision. That's more of a illness-based.
Well, you
whatever.
Said, like you said, how long can you go without raising an
Raising
eyebrow?
an eyebrow.
I
Yeah,
thought
well,
you
if
were
I'm
talking
sick for a
about
week,
sex.
then I'm sick.
2
No,
days?
agreed.
Are you freaking kidding me?
No. Hey, well, hear me out. And the reason I
I
say
wish
that,
you thought that.
if I kept giving you the excuse of I'm not in the mood, I'm going to go 2 days, and here's why. So let's say on day 0, whatever your beginning of this is, there's a fight of some kind or an argument or disagreement that creates a grudge that might last, overnight at least. It'll take me, on average, maybe a day or 2 days if it's a bad, serious situation to get through that and put it behind me and get over that grudge.
You would be mad at me for 2 whole days?
No, but I might not be in the mood.
I'm not going to have an
sex.
argument with you like that.
Well, yeah. Then
that sounds horrible.
I just killed all arguments for the future. I like this. But I think it would take a guy a couple of days to get over that mood.
Well, but how long is it bad between sex? How long raises red flags if you haven't had
the question,
sex?
I'm really analyzing this question. How long can I say I'm not in the mood before it starts to raise an eyebrow?
That.
All right.
Now
okay.
answer the other one.
What's the other question?
That everyone else answered. How long do you go until it becomes a concern that you're not having sex?
Just not because of mood, just because we're just not having sex.
In general, not having sex.
I haven't given you any excuses yet.
No.
I'd go with a week.
Everyone's a week?
Yeah, I'd go with the same then.
Yeah, no, total a week. Yeah, because if it's not longer than a week, like, hey, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that's when I start getting mad at him.
It's been a while.
Wait, how did this become mine and your personal?
It has been 10 days. What the fuck is going on?
How did it become our personal?
No, I was just
when did this not become part of your? No, I'm sorry.
I guess that's a
the
good
whole
point.
thing. It's my section. Put Adam in the hot seat.
This whole segment can be changed. You can change the whole name to Adam puts, or no, Andrea puts Adam on the spot.
But you could put any girl hero in front of any guy. If they're in a relationship, it could be that way. All right, last one. When he's being vague. When a man is being vague, it feels like he's hiding something, and he just might be.
Is he playing a video game while he's being vague? Because our mind is somewhere else. Now, it all depends. It depends on the guy and the relationship, the communication in the relationship. That's super non-specific. Vague about what? Vague how he's responding to your answers?
Your answer is vague.
My answer is getting very specific.
You're being vague.
Yeah, you actually, I was going to say you're being very vague right now.
Yeah.
God damn, I quit. Pushing the mic away.
Andrea's being vague. No. I've actually been accused of being vague several times, and I don't mean to be.
I am Darth Vader.
So.
Yeah, no, a lot of that is men don't typically get into the same amount of detail as most women. So, like, where you ask a woman, oh, what did you see at the house? Oh my God, it had an off-white picket fence with whatever the fuck arch. Like, she's gonna get into it. When you ask a guy who saw the same house, hey, what did you see? Oh yeah, it was a house with a yard.
Yeah, that's a cool psychology experiment that tests the sexes. It's awesome.
Well, what kind of house? It was a fucking home. Like, well, what kind of? What was it? Art Deco? Was it like we're not that specific. So he may be giving you a direct answer, but she thinks he's being vague because she would have given him like 15 other details into that. And you don't give a fuck.
Jay's right.
Now, if it's like, who's that friend? Who's your friend? Oh, from work. Is she a girl? Yeah, I think she was born without a penis. Yes. Like, yeah, if he's being vague about that kind of shit, yeah, probably something's up.
He's probably fucking another girl.
Yeah, he's probably fucking somebody else. But if he's just not giving you as direct answers as you want,
just slap him.
Yeah, just ask direct questions.
Hey, Tach.
Yeah.
Can you break a dish for us?
Opa!
Come on, can you break something for us?
Can I what?
That'll come out of his paycheck.
Break something?
Break dance.
I don't. There's nothing that's breakable.
Break dance.
Oh, come on. There's always something that's breakable.
Yeah, break dance.
Like throw a bottle, throw a beer bottle into another beer bottle in a trash can?
We're talking over each other.
Oh, we're talking over. I'm sorry. I talked over you, Tach. What'd you say?
Oh, I just said there's somebody's personal SpaceX coffee mug sitting here. But
fucking smash
that's probably not a good idea.
Oh.
You have to clean their mug?
No. It's just sitting in here.
No, what you do is what's the other space program or the space company?
There's a couple. Blue Origin is the other big one out there right now.
Yeah, so what you do is you smash
ULA.
the SpaceX.
ULA is bigger, yeah.
All right, so you smash the SpaceX coffee mug, and then on a Post-it note, you write ULA was here, and you start some frat war.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
All right,
We're gonna go steal their mascot.
Yeah.
All right, that's the end of our show.
Somebody's gonna steal Richard Branson.
Tach, we're about to wrap up the show. Is there anything you want to add to it from work at SpaceX?
No, just got a launch coming up soon, so look out for that.
Sweet.
Indeed. No, that's it. Appreciate you guys including me, even though you didn't allow me to be there today.
Allow you? I don't want to hear it.
On the Twisted 10.
That was the man that didn't allow you to be here. The boss man.
And Adam was just like, so we have a celebrity coming in today, and since you get fangirly, it's probably better if you just don't come.
This was the one episode that Jay had more of a boner than I did.
Yeah. Dan Cummins makes me moist in so many different
He walked
places.
into the studio, and I was doing a video and mic test with Dan ahead of time. And this is the time that Jay showed up at the house. I don't know, about 7 o'clock at night. And he walks in, and he sees Dan's mug on the screen. He sees that I've got the big screen in here, and he sees Dan's. That's where I've got Skype hooked up to. And he sees Dan. He's like, "You really fucking got Dan. I expected this to be a catfish or something."
Yeah. No, I thought we were just gonna get some little kid whose name is legitimately Dan Cummins. But yeah, of course my name's Dan Cummins. Yeah, why would this be weird? No, but yeah, I walk in and there's Dan Cummins on a giant fucking screen. I'm like, you really got Dan fucking Cummins.
Yep.
Oh wow, okay.
It's been like, you're watching a Dan video or something. What do you want?
That's what it looked like. I mean, it was him live on the screen.
I'm convinced that we posted that picture on Facebook where we all took the group shot in front of the computer screen. Some ass was going to be like, "You just freezed a YouTube video. You didn't do anything."
Yeah, go check out that
look,
picture.
I took a picture with Beyonce. Click, click.
Yeah, go check out that picture, by the way, on our Facebook page. Go check it out. It looks pretty cool. Facebook.com/livingpodcariously. I almost forgot what podcast we were doing.
I'm going to go take selfies with lots of celebrities now.
Yeah, see, I just told you. Yeah, look, me and Denzel Washington.
Look who was in the podcast studio.
Yeah. We start getting sponsored by Madame Tussauds Wax Museum.
Yep.
She starts sending down wax trees. We'll just take pictures. Look who's in studio. It was Wax Denzel Washington.
All right, Tach, what do you have anything to plug this week before we get out of here?
You already said that.
Just include me in the ending of the show. It won't be good. Like as if I'm there.
Oh, all right, we'll do. Well, we'll get there in a minute. Jay, you got anywhere you're going to be?
I'm not going to be anywhere for the next little bit, though, but I am going to be at Gregory's Comedy Club March 23rd to the 25th.
It's a month out, yeah.
Yeah, it's still pretty far out. I really did plan on being on Houston a little. I may have cleared my books out because I thought I was going to go back to Houston right away.
If you have another amateur night down here that you're hosting or you're corralling the comics for, around the same time that our buddy Trey comes back down, he would love to continue to grow his skills a little bit as a comic. So an open mic night or something like that you might be going to, let him know. It's cool to watch him evolve his presence on stage from where he was just even 2 months ago. It's cool to see it happening, and now he's running rooms up in Georgia. So I'll let you know when he comes back down again. He's usually in Tampa, or he stays over here on the East Coast somewhere with me or Dan or Steph or whatever. But I'll hit you up, and maybe we can get him up in front of an open mic down in Old School or something again.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, and if anybody here's, if you fancy the comedy scene, the really good. You mind if I plug some places?
Yeah, dude, do anything you want.
Wednesday night has a really good open
Your
mic
show.
comedy night at Open Mics. That's Florida Discount Music on US 1 and Babcock in Melbourne, Florida. Also, a newer room that's really fun is Standard Collective. It is in the O'Galley Art District. It's on Highland and O'Galley. It's right on the corner of it, right across the street from the park, right down the street from a brewery that's there. That's a really fun. That's every Tuesday night, and that's run by Christian Moore, and that is quickly becoming a fun room to do. It's what's the name? It's a boutique store. So they sell T-shirts and everything. So it's a really cool environment. There's really funky art, and they sell records.
Do they have beer and wine? And stuff?
They have beer and wine available for donation.
The Bottle Club it. Nice.
Yeah. And, it's a really cool spot. So that's Tuesday nights, O'Galley Art District, Wednesday nights at Open Mics, and then alternating Fridays and Saturdays at either Old School Pizza down in Melbourne. That's always a fun open mic as well.
Nice. Well, very cool. Andrea?
Yeah, come see me down at Brent Allen's Salon and Day Spa in Cocoa. Mention Living Podcariously, and I will give you 20% off your service.
Well, very cool. Don't forget, April 1st, we're all going to be out at Cocoa Village at the Village Idiot Pub, supporting Jason and the Village Idiot in whatever way he wants us to for his 5K. All the charity. Well, it's a charity raising for Brevard's Children's Hunger Project. So it's a good charity that they're working with. Other than that, check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/livingpodcariously, at Podcarious on Twitter, and check out the Twisted 10 episode with Dan Cummins. It is phenomenal. He did a great job, set the bar incredibly high for guest hosts and for us. I mean, shit, he did more research and presented a better show, I think, than most of us have done. It's a really cool show.
I don't think I put that much research except for my presidential facts one.
Yeah.
You can also catch us on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on Podcast Radio Network.
That's right. Thanks, John Sweeney. You guys want to get out of here?
That's all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tach. All right. Well, thanks for listening.
You guys can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've heard you.
Oh, okay. Well, because I slipped away and I couldn't hear anybody for probably about 2-3 full minutes.
That's all right. No one missed you.
Aww.
Yeah, we're good.
I missed you. Oh, God, I miss you, buddy. I can't wait to see you.
All right.
All right. I'm Adam.
I'm Jay.
I'm Tach.
Oh, we'll try. Let's try this one again.
Try it again. All right. I'm Adam.
I'm Tach.
You waited too long.
What's wrong?
Do it faster.
All right. Let's do it one more time.
Second.
All right. Last time in 3, 2, 1. I'm Adam.
Right?
Wait. No. Yes. You're second. You're second, Tach. You're second. All right.
Yeah. You go second.
Okay. Thank you.
Ready.
All right. Ready. 3, 2, 1. I'm Tach.
God damn it, Adam.
All right. Last time. All right. 3, 2, 1. I'm Adam.
I'm Tach.
I'm Andrea Joy.
I'm Jay Alvarez.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
That was a shit show.